Yeah, Prophet Marshall Occurrence. So, this video is going to be about my progressive message about George Bush was the reason why the migrants were allowed to come in. Okay? He started the culture of it in the modern day time. Now, what I was confused about, and this is why I started this video over. This video, I went 10 minutes into the original video and I scratched it because one thing I like to do is talk about everything intelligently. I knew, I heard it in my time, in my lifetime, in my time frame, so I thought about it. It had to be the younger Bush that said it. I thought it was Bush Sr., but actually it was the youngest Bush. But I still had the family. And most people, you could have still connected the dots and went and did your own research. You would still found that basically it was a president that started this modern day migration. And that president came from the Bush family. See, just a minute ago, I got confused. And I'm like, okay, was it Bush Sr. or was it George Bush, the 43rd president? So I went and looked, and it was the 43rd president that said it. Which I probably had it right in between from the beginning when I first initiated this, and then I got confused, just like, you know, and but luckily I haven't put out any messages talking too much about George Bush Sr. It was the last Bush, and that's probably how I started it in my other messages, but definitely we know now. Okay, this is why I believe in education. I believe in correction, because it's, well, instead of being arrogant and saying, well, I just know. No, go check. You should be, if your information is solid enough, just go check. Challenge yourself, challenge your information, and get your information right. You know, so, but I didn't do any message. The good thing is I didn't headline any George Bush Sr. messages. You won't find no George Bush Sr. messages. You know, in essence, I just talked about George Bush. When I first started this message, I don't think I even specified between the Bushes as far as George Bush Sr. and the 43rd president. I just said George Bush is the one, which most people probably will refer to the latter George Bush that was in the White House at the latter time, the latter George Bush, at the latter of the family, I guess you could say. You know what I mean? But I got it good. I got it clean. And I'm not that type of person where I don't go challenge what I've said. I go challenge and see it for what it is and read through it. And there was like a temporary worker program in immigration reformation that started this idea. AI found it. I'm glad it's an AI, so you know it's credible if it's an AI. They found it when I put it in AI. AI found the president that said this soundbite to let the migrants in. I said it just like that, and it came right up. See, this is how credible you should be in anything you talk about. And I pride myself on the fact that I don't have any conspiracy theory. I don't have any conspiracy theory here. You won't find any conspiracy theory here where I'm talking about UFOs and Area 51 and Loch Ness monsters, abominable snowmans, Bigfoot. You ain't gonna hear me talking about none of that stuff. I'm too caught up in real life. All this stuff we ain't found out. All this stuff we can't figure out, right? Okay, so when I did the AI search, like I said, it said the 43rd president, which was the last George Bush administration, he advocated for illegal migrants to come here as part of a work program. And part of that statement was also part of reformation or reform for immigration. That's how AI puts it. It was for work program, some work program where they come over here temporarily, I'm guessing, or whatever. But it also stated it wasn't just for this program, this back and forth program. It was also for or this program. Let's just say we don't specify this program because we don't know for sure if it was back and forth and they was moving back and forth or whatever. But we do know that it was not just a program. AI put it wasn't just a program. It was also for him wanting the migrants to come over here. It wasn't just about them coming over here as part of a program. It also stated that it was part of reform for immigration reformation, immigration reform, reformation for immigration, immigration reform. I would say immigration reformation. Okay, those are the two main reasons. So it wasn't just, it's just this statement was just limited to a program, some type of specific program. This was a reformation as far as immigration for them to come over here and do jobs that the Americans don't want to do. This is the key words which you need to look at. Come over here and do jobs that the Americans don't want to do. If you get proper citizenship, why would you come over here and do a job that the Americans don't want to do? This obviously wasn't talking about legal people. It wasn't talking about legal people. It wasn't talking about one way and method for these illegal people to come over here. It was talking about, that's why he said, let them come over here. You see what I'm saying, right? So you got to pay attention. It remind you, these people are college educated. Anytime they say something on a simplistic level like that, and you don't get the other meanings, you just missed it. These are college educated people. He said, let the illegal migrants come over here. He said, let them come over here and do jobs that the Americans don't want to do. Who's going to get, what I want you to pay attention to, this is how we know they were illegal. Why would they come over here and do jobs that you don't want to do and they got citizenship? They're going to try to put their best foot forward. It applies to illegal migrants that's just desperate to do anything. They come over here and they're just desperate. George Bush, and I'm glad AI said this. It was reform in immigration, because it was George Bush, the 43rd president, that started a reformation in immigration. And that confirms what I was saying. AI even says it. AI even says, basically, the 43rd president, George Bush, is the one that started a reformation in immigration by specifically allowing them to come over here. That was part of it. Okay? And if you pay attention, it would have been no need to say Even with a program, if the program was good, why would he say, let them come over here? Make it make sense, bro. No, listen. Why would he say, let them come over here? If the program is good. The program good, why is he saying let them come out? Let Bro. Listen, you don't listen. Think deeper. Think deeper. Why would you even say out your mouth and out your heart, knowing that people gonna hang on your every word? Remember, these presidents already know people gonna hang on your every single word, literally, right? Why would you take the time, knowing that, considering that, to say, come over, let them come over here and do jobs that the Americans don't want to do, and they part of a program already? You wouldn't even have to say nothing. What you would be saying, if it was legit, we got a program over here where the migrants can come over here. That's how you'll state it. You'll say, yeah, we got a program and they're gonna come over here, woo woo woo. You ain't gonna say, let them come over here. Let them come over here means they're gonna be illegal. Go ahead and let them come over here illegally. That's common sense. How you know? Because why would he need your permission or tell you to say to let them come over here? And he got a program. He got a program that is just limited to a program. Then why would he tell you, stand up and tell you to let them in? Remind you, this is an educated person. Why would the truth is you wasn't paying attention to all those little sound bites like that. No, you wasn't. No, you wasn't. No, you wasn't. No, you wasn't. You wasn't paying attention. You can't say he ain't say it. You can't say, oh, well, we didn't know what he was doing. Oh, he told you. He told you what he was doing. He told you what he wanted to do. You missed it. You missed it. In a roundabout way, he told you what he was doing. He started a whole new culture of letting the migrants come in. Now, here's the next thing. Here's the punchline. How do you think that was interpreted in Mexico? The illegal migrants gonna say, oh, George Bush said we can come in. Let them come over here. In Mexico, he gonna say, oh, he's okay with us coming over there. And then by the time it get to other people, yeah, they said, George Bush said we can come over there and do work that the Americans don't want to do. You see what happened, don't you? That part. Ever since George Bush, the 43rd President George Bush, since he's been in office, right? Since George W. Bush been in office, the Mexicans have been aware that the Americans was cool with coming over here. So how would you feel if you heard George Bush say this, and then when you get here years and years later, now they acting like they don't know what happened? Now everybody acting like they don't know what happened. Now the Republicans want to blame the Democrats, but the real truth is, ironically, it was the Republicans' fault. Ironically, listen, let me tell you something. That would never happen again. You hear me, buddy? It would never happen again where the Republicans are to blame for illegal migrants coming over here. That would never happen again, buddy. But see, the Democrats need to stand up and say, hold up, wait a minute, buddy. Hold up. George Bush, the 43rd president, is the one that started the reform in immigration. That started the reformation in immigration. He the one started it. The Democrats didn't start it. George Bush said, let the Mexicans come. Let the people come over here and do jobs that the Americans don't want to do. What that sound like to you? That sound like proper citizenship, or does that sound like illegals, illegal immigration? It don't sound like illegal. It don't sound like you will say legal citizenship, where you need to tell people to let them come over here. Let them come over here. Why would you need permission? Or you would ask the community to give them permission to come over here? That don't sound right. George Bush started that because, see, I'm gonna tell you something. Now we go on the street level. Let's go to the streets. When the Mexicans in Mexico hear about that, how you think that's gonna be interpreted by people that want to come over here illegally? How you think they gonna interpret that? George Bush just said, let them come over here and do jobs that the Americans don't want to do. How you think that's gonna be interpreted to somebody who want to come over here illegally? Like he cool with us coming over here. See, now you see what I'm saying? This was the infamous soundbite that started this new migration that has been constructed over the years, that was allowed over the years, that now nobody don't want to take the blame for. But if I had to blame one person, I would blame the 43rd President, George Bush. That's who I would blame. He the one said, let them come over here and this is what he said, and do jobs that the Americans don't want to do. You know what that means? Slave work. What jobs we don't want to do? Name a job that you don't want to do. You'll do any job, long as it's paying good, won't you? Okay, so what jobs you don't want to do? Can you give me a list of jobs you don't want to do? What's the jobs you don't want to do? See, you thought you were dealing with a wild dog, didn't you? You thought I was a wild dog. Some little terrorist type dude. Yeah, that's what you thought, didn't you? How you feel now? See, this is how the Americans always did. They always demonized people like me. The educated. The ones that wake up. The ones that's really awake. The ones that's really awake, buddy. Listen, they gonna demonize me. They got to. They got to. What jobs you don't want to do? You got a list of jobs you don't want to do. So you'll do any job, really, basically. As long as it's paying right? And see, that's the key part. Long as it's paying right? Okay. So what jobs you wouldn't want to do? Jobs that ain't paying right. That's the only thing. Other than that, it's tomato. A job is. This job, that job, tomato. I don't care. You care which one it is? I really don't. Well, I mean, I might feel a little more comfortable over here, but at the end of the day, I'm getting paid over there, so. That's how most Americans are these days. Well, I mean, a job is a job. And it went all the way back, and even into that time, a job has always been a job, hasn't it, pretty much? So then, that ain't really changed lately, since that was the same even back when George Bush was in office, right? Yeah. Okay, so what you think it was? What you think jobs it was he was referring to? When you would take any job come your way, even back then in those times, in the early millennium, when you would do any job, wouldn't you? Okay, so what jobs you think that was? What he was saying? See, we're gonna break it down right here. We're gonna break it down. What jobs was it? It was slave-like jobs where you're barely getting paid, barely getting anything, and these illegal people are just glad to be here, and they'll do anything to blend in and be here and make a little money. So he took advantage of illegal migrants and made them like slaves. This see now, a Republican is good for that. A Republican is good to making a black man or a non-white person a slave. Oh yeah. All it was a slave declaration. Let them come over here and do jobs that the Americans don't want to do. Do you hear the slavery in that part? You don't hear the slavery, do you? You do hear the slavery part, don't you? Yeah. Well, now we don't gotta use, these Americans ain't gonna do it. We can use these people that's desperate to come over here. So you know what it's all about? It's always about money. Saving money. Working this big plantation. Working this big plantation, and we just bring them over here because black people ain't gonna get out there. They ain't gonna get out there and sweat for that little bit of money, and sweating them all through this picking doing picking these fruit and all this stuff. That's what they was doing, working in big fields. That's what kind of jobs they was doing, working in these big old fields, picking fruit and doing all kind of stuff like that. Basically plantation type work. George Bush just wanted to bring in a mass amount of people and pay them nothing to work the fields. And you didn't even care about it. You didn't even pay attention to it because it really didn't present a problem, right? For them to do that. I mean, so you didn't see no problem with that. But now it is. 25 years later. But see, nobody didn't want to take the blame for what happened 25 years ago. Around that time, where George Bush told people to come over here and do the job and let them do jobs that he was telling you, which means get off of them. Let them come over here. That means don't give them a hard time, basically. And if he said that, this is the next question I'm going to ask you. Do you think he put top security on the borders? No, just let them come over here. Now you get it, don't you? You get the gesture. Let them come on over here past the gate. Let them come on over here past the gate and go ahead and do what these other Americans don't want to do. Come on over here and be a slave. They don't, they done with it. Come on over here. Don't you get you used to hear one of them? Come on over here, dude. Go. I'm showing you I'm showing you what the problem is. I'm showing you what you miss. George Bush said, let them come over here and do jobs that the Americans don't want to do. What jobs you don't want to do? That's the question. Slave plantation jobs where you breaking, listen, you wet with sweat and you ain't making no money. You running all around making no money. Oh, they wouldn't care. You illegal, you don't care. You just glad to be working in another country. Think about it, I would too. If I was in another country, I'd do anything. I'd work any job. I wouldn't care how stupid it looked. Because I'm in another country. I feel good about that. That's any man. Any man gonna feel, it don't matter what it was, I'm gonna feel good I'm in another country. So I see why they did it. I would do it too. Because I'm gonna feel good about being in another country. I get to the money part later. I get to better jobs later. But I'm just glad to be doing this for right now. That's how any man gonna feel. They let the borders, the corresponding action to that statement, to that declaration, that was a declaration. In fact, AI says George Bush was part of immigration reformation. So what that tells you, he changed the approach to immigration. How did he change it? With letting them come in and letting them do the work and letting them come in here. So what you think he was doing if AI say he was part of immigration reformation? What you think that means? He let the border. He was the first president, one of the first modern day presidents that let the border be lax like that. He the one that started it. He wanted them to come. Now don't you see it like a slave master waiting for slaves to come in? That's what it was. That's 7 hours. He waiting for the slaves to come in. Come on in. Come on. There you go. Right there. You can go right there. I'll give you a little something. Go ahead. There you go. That's all he was doing. Now, my next question to you, with that being said, do you think he put top security on top of the borders? No. He made it lax where they can just come in. That's what happened. Up to date. Donald Trump. We finna straighten out Trump right now. Right here before we go any further. Before I start this message in the first 30 minutes, we're gonna go ahead and get Trump on out the way. Trump, you acting like people threw the migrants inside America. What was your part? How did they get in here without you letting them in here? Like the old school say, can't nobody do nothing to you that you ain't allow them to do it. Okay, so then, how you gonna give them 100% of the blame? They got 50%. Venezuela, if they did send migrants, how did they get all the way in? What you mean send? Put them on a plane? He put them on a plane. So you put them on a plane. How did they get on the plane, bruh? How did they get on the plane? So let's talk about the technical way. When you say send, let's break it down. Let's break this down, guys. Okay, send. Okay, well, you can't take a train from Venezuela. There's no train from Venezuela. That's funny. That's funny how it sounds. There's no train smoking all the way from here to Venezuela, is it? Ain't no smoking train all the way. So let's scratch the train. No train. No train. No train. What else? In this case, you got train or plane. Which one? So you don't got train, plane, airplane. So you're saying they came here by plane? You see how it's looking. So how did they get here, Trump? Did they get here by planes? Planes of illegal migrants. So planes of illegal migrants. Planes of illegal migrants. My thing is this. Even if they came by plane, okay, at some point, we're not being racist, but come on, at some point, if you see a whole bunch of people from a foreign country, you know they don't look like they're from America. In fact, the plane came from another country. Would it be okay to check the credentials, the documents? It wouldn't be okay. Would it be? They'll do it in another country. In another country, they're gonna check the documents as soon as you get off the plane. Like a cartoon. Okay, let's see those documents. You get right off the plane. Documents. We want to see them documents. We want to see them documents, right? So look, explain to me, even if it came by plane, even if the illegal migrants came by plane, how you get all the way in the country without somebody checking your documents? Because the truth is, you can kind of tell when somebody from another country. Let's be 100. Because the first thing they're going to do is look around. They're going to look up and look around. As soon as you see that like that, boom. You know they ain't from here. They from the plane coming from another country. So, America got to take 50% of the blame of letting them come in once they got here. Once they got to the checkpoint, you got to take 50% for letting them come on in. Trump talking about they seeing the worst people over here. Okay, well then you ain't have to let them all the way in, did you? It's not that simple. But you're supposed to be the superpower of the world. Listen, explain to me how they got in here. All the way. For Venezuela, that's not a bordering country. That's not a bordering country like Mexico. So they either had to get here by boat or plane, or plane, right? Right. There we go, boat. Boat or plane, which one it was. Either way, where there was boat or plane, you gotta listen. You gotta take 50% of the blame. Ain't no way in the world. You finna describe, and then when I'm talking about describing all the people that came in here, describing them down to the T. Some of them from psych wards and all that. Psych wards. He telling you where they came from. They were down there in the psych ward. How you know all that? How you get that kind of information? How you know they're from a psych ward? How you know that? You know all that information and you still let them come in. How you know all that information they still got in here, bro? My thing is this: how did they get all the way in? Their effort to come here is 50%. So listen, this is the best question right here. You don't feel the need to take 50% of the blame for them getting all these people getting all the way in. You don't feel the need to take 50%. See, that's what I'm talking about. You gonna blame them 100%, but you ain't gonna take 50% of the blame. You gonna say it's 100% them. They just brought them here. They just brought them. Don't that sound a little incompetent? And no, hold up. How they just come here, bruh? How they just get in? They just got here and came in. Well, they just came in. They just sent the worst people here, and they just got here, and they just came in. They just got here, didn't they? They just got here. They just got here. Listen, buddy, let me explain something to you, man. Only people that don't fully think about things is gonna let illegal migrants take the full blame and Venezuela take the full blame. Venezuela gotta take the blame for why people came into your country. But this supposed to be, I can see if it was another country, a third world country. This supposed to be one of the greatest countries in the world. And you letting Venezuela take the full 100% blame for why all these people are here. You see what we're about to cover, right? We're about to cover the whole migration situation and crisis and how America is 50% part to blame. But you trying to talk, listen, you done Jedi mind trick the whole community talking about, yeah, they bringing them over here, see how he got you. He got you before you even thought about it. Before you even thought about it, he got you. He set it up where he formed the narrative in your head. Oh well, hey, well talk to these rednecks. Let's ask these rednecks. How the Venezuelan people get over here? Yeah, well they sent them over here. Hey, go ask them right now. I promise you that's what they're gonna say. I'm dead serious. This is the power of an influential leader. He already beat you to it. He already programmed you with the answer. Especially a stupid person. He gave you the answer. Well, go ask them, well, how do illegal migrants get over here? Well, Venezuela, they sent the migrants over here. They sent the worst migrants. They sent the worst ones over here. The ones from the psych wards, and they're gonna get the Pacifics that Trump done told you. The psych wards and the drug dealers and the gangbangers. How you got all those Pacifics and they still got in? That's my thing. How they still got in here? Huh? How they still got in here? How they still got? How they still got, bro? Bro, how they still got? Yo, how they still got, bro? Ask the rednecks. How they still got? Well, they still got because well, they still got cause hold up, how did they get still? How did they still get in here? You get it, don't you? How did they still get in here? How did they get in here? Effort don't get you in here. Oh, well that's an A for effort, isn't it? You gave him an A for effort. Trump gave him an A for effort, didn't he? Hey, Trump gave him an A for effort, didn't he? Well, you did give him an A for effort. You gave them an A+ for effort, didn't you? Well, you giving them all the blame for getting in here. You making them take all the blame. That's an A for effort. That's an A+ for effort. Can you explain intelligently how did it happen? See that part? The part you didn't challenge. See what I'm doing, what I'm making you do is challenge the part you did not challenge. How did they get in here? How did they get all the way in? That's what a young man gonna ask you. How did they get all the way in here? Old man ain't gonna say that, is it? Well, they sent the worst ones over here. An old man he gonna flare up, ain't he? His chest gonna flare up. Well, well, they sent the worst ones over here. His shoulders and his chest gonna flare up. Well, they sent the worst ones over here. They sent the worst ones over here. Oh, a young man gonna say, how they get in? How they get all the way in, bruh? How they get all the way in? How they get all the way in, bruh? I mean, you can try to get in. You can try to get here, but how you get all the way in, bruh? This is the greatest superpower in the world. If it was Russia, you wouldn't get in. If this was Russia, would you get in the border? See, this is how we're gonna figure it out. That's 7 out. If it was Russia, would you get in the border? Would these Venezuelan people get in here and you make them take the blame? You gonna blame the country and say, well, they got in because they sent all the people from the psych ward. They sent the worst ones here. You think Russia gonna be sitting back blaming them for them getting in? You think he gonna sit up and blame them? You think Russia, can you see Russia saying, well, yeah, they brought the worst ones in here. In here now, key word. You see where I'm going with this, right? They brought the worst ones in here. Keep listening to the in here part. Getting in, all the way in. That's the part I want you to think about when I'm talking. Yeah, they sent the worst ones in here. You see how that sounds? They got the worst, they put the worst ones in here. They sent the worst ones over here and they had from the psych wards, the worst criminals of all time. They sent them over here. You see it, don't you? You see the holes in the story, don't you? Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. You see it, don't you? How you think Russia was gonna be doing that? How Russia? Listen, can you imagine Russia doing that? Can you imagine Russia talking about, oh, they sent the worst ones over here. Well, the part we miss is how it happened. How you get them all? How they get all the way over here? That's what the Russians gonna say. Well, hold up. I know they want to come over here, but how did they get all the way in? See, Trump Jedi mind tricked you. You didn't get it, did you? Well, explain how they get in. You the superpower of the whole world. How illegal migrants with no MacGyver kit? They ain't got a MacGyver kit, do they? They're not MacGyver. They're not MacGyver. MacGyver. They're not MacGyver, are they? They're not MacGyver. Okay, so how they get in? Can you explain it intelligently? Oh, here, listen. I'm saying like an old man. Here, listen, here. Let's ask National Guard. National Guard, how they get in? Can you explain? National Guard can't even explain it intelligently. How did they get in? Again? So tell us the process. Tell us the process of how from Venezuela, destination, beginning this destination. starting point. Let's do that. Starting point to ending destination America. How did that happen? How? Can you explain it? Where you should be checking documents when they get on the plane from Venezuela. Well, if they go into America, why they ain't got documents? So shouldn't they be checking documents? If I ain't know any better, shouldn't they be checking documents be on the plane there? On the plane here? You shouldn't be able to get on the plane without documents. A boat. Sending them here once again. A boat. So we canceled the plane part because you're gonna check documents at before you get on the plane, right? Before you get on the plane, they're gonna check your documents. If your plane is headed to America, they're gonna check your documents, right? Right. They're gonna check your documents. Okay, you on your way to America? Okay, documents. Have your documents ready. Shouldn't you be enforcing on that part? Where they check the documents before they even get on the plane? Before they even board the plane? Shouldn't the Americans have already been making sure that the people that's coming here got documents? Oh, some kind of document. The document's gonna tell you what's going on, right? Okay. So you got the documents. Come here a couple hours early because your document's gonna be checked. That covers the plane, don't it? Okay. The boat. Okay, boats. National Guard gonna cover that, ain't they? National Guard gonna cover the boats. Don't National Guard supposed to be covering the boats? So any illegal boats, let's say the boat is illegal and the boat has got it well, so the boat is illegal too, right? Okay. Listen, I ain't tripping, listen. The boat is illegal, right? Okay. So in the case that, let's just say this was a terrorist attack. This is what I'm looking at. Anybody would be able to just come into your country, America. Anybody would just be able to come across the Mexican border. Anybody would just be able to waltz into the community and infiltrate the community, right? By any means. And you're going to put the blame on what? Who? When? Where? You're going to put the blame on who? Who you put the blame on? Who you putting the blame on, buddy? Who you putting the blame on? So if a terrorist breaks into your country, is it their fault or your fault? That's a trick question. Whose fault is it? If illegal people get into your country, whose fault is it? It's your fault or their fault? It's a joint effort. Don't you think it's a joint effort? It's a joint effort, little buddy. Listen, how you gonna make Venezuela take 100% the blame for somebody getting in the country that's considered the biggest superpower in the world? Huh? You gonna make them take the blame? You gonna make them take the 100% the blame? They taking 100% the blame. That don't make sense to a competent man like me, buddy. Not America. If Russia had your borders, if China had your borders, if North Korea had your borders, you think somebody would be able to come and get into your country? If this was China, if this was Russia, if this was North Korea? No. Ain't nobody gonna be able to get into this country. Ain't nobody gonna be able to get into this country. So explain how America. See, you don't want to accept it. You don't want to accept it. It has been a culture of allowing people into this country. Starting with George Bush, right? He the one started it. He the one started it. Well, explain to me how they can just come in without any resistance. And this is supposed to be the greatest country in the world. If this was Russia, Russia ain't gonna let nobody get through that Mexican border. Russia ain't let nobody get through no Mexican border. It's gonna be called the Rexican border. Russia and Mexican, the Rexican border. It's gonna be called the Rexican border, buddy. Well, this is called the Rexican border right here, buddy. What's the Rexican border? Oh, that's the Russian and Mexican border. We right here with them. This is the Rexican border. Hey, this is the Rexican border. Hey, if this was Russia, that would be the Rexican border, buddy. Russia wouldn't let nobody get through that border. And you know it, and I know it, don't you? If that was China, you think somebody gonna come through the Mexican border? If that was North Korea, you think somebody coming through that border? No. So explain to me how America got through the border. Explain to me. Explain to me. Explain to me how with America they can get through the border, because they not telling you it was a whole culture of letting them people come in here. And it started with George Bush, the 43rd president. He the one that let them in here. He said it already. He said it. Okay, so back to street culture on the Mexicans, right? Back on street culture. If the Mexicans here that George Bush said, let them come in. Let them come in here. If he say, let them come in here, what you think the Mexicans gonna interpret that? How they gonna interpret that? They gonna say, oh, they said we can come over there. They said we can come over there and do work. By the time it get to most of the street level population, what you think that means to them? Oh, they said we can come over there and work. They want us to come over there and to do work that the Americans don't want to do. Maybe it's the pay or something like that, and we don't care because we just glad to be over there. So we'll get over there to do jobs that the Americans no longer want to do. That's how they looked at it. Look at all the details of what he was saying. Look at all the details what they were saying. George Bush say, let them come over here and do jobs that the Americans don't want to do, right? Okay, how you think that was interpreted to them? All the same details. Let them come over here. Let them come over here. We gonna come over here and do jobs that the Americans don't want to do. You see that part? That's 7 out. Listen, we gonna come over here and do jobs that they don't want to do. We gonna do the jobs they don't want to do. You see? And that's how they looked at it on ground level. Oh yeah, the Americans are letting us come in and do jobs the Americans don't want to do. That's all they had to say. The the last end part is the part only part they had to say. Let them come in and do jobs that the Americans don't want to do. That's gonna be interpreted to them as Mexicans. Oh, we can go. They want us to come over there and do jobs that the Americans don't want to do no more. They don't want to do these certain jobs. We can go do it. That created a whole culture. You don't get it, do you? That created a whole culture. Okay? And that's how they was able to, that's how this whole time the border been laxed. All these people been coming in. That's how they've been doing it. That makes sense when the Russians wouldn't have let it happen. The Chinese wouldn't have let it happen. The North Koreans, the Iranians wouldn't have let it happen. Iran wouldn't have let it happen. So how the Americans let it happen? Because it was a whole culture of letting them come in. That's all it was. Okay? That's all it was. And so no one wants to take the blame once it got out of control. See, I had to set it all up to show you everything. Now, no one wants to take the blame when the condition of the people change, because people change, right? Just like black people change. Black people ain't nothing what they used to be. Black people from the civil rights time, from the civil rights movement time, they ain't nothing like they used to be. And Hispanic or Latinos are no exception. They are nothing like they used to be when they came to this country. Now they bringing gang bangers and weed smokers and thugs and criminals coming to the country. They're basically, their children are like our children. Okay? So they're a shell of what they used to be. And now that's why they want to stop it. Because they was cool with the old school Mexicans coming in, because they wanted to work. They was good people. Like old school Mexicans, good loving people. You know what I'm saying? Work hard, put their head down, sincere, got a good heart, good head on their shoulders. And more than us, their minds is on the right thing. Their mind is on the right thing. Their mind is on the right thing. Right. So, with that being said, man, like, look, man, listen. They let them in to do jobs, right? And then when it got out of control with the new generations of gangbangers that want to thug and smoke weed and be thugging and gangbanging, when that generation came, oops, we don't want no more of that. We don't know why it happened. We don't know how it happened. We don't know how it happened. We don't know how all this happened. It don't make sense. If you know the security of the community, you know how this community moves. The National Guard. National Guard is in every city, in every state. National Guard is in New York City. National Guard is in every city. You ain't gonna see them. They ain't gonna ride around in car convoys, but they're everywhere. They're riding around. They ride around in cars, okay? So you have the National Guard, right? All throughout the cities. Okay, so explain when National Guard in every city, in every place, how does Mexicans just come into the community? Because no one wants to admit that the government allowed it until it got out of control. Now, no one knows why it happened, which is assaulting your intelligence. Well, how you don't know how it happened? How you don't know how all these people got in the country? Not outside the country now. Inside the country. How they get in the country? How they get in the country? How they get in the country? They was allowed to get in the country. George Bush, his declaration allowed the border to be laxed to where now anybody can come in. Anybody. But when the gang banging, smoking weed, and dudes that want to lay up and thug and be gangsters, just like our children here, once that generation came, it was over. It was over after that. Yeah, they let him in. Okay? So wait, listen. You don't need to be confused if you young. Ain't nothing but these old heads out here quiet. All these old heads around my door playing psychological games. We don't care nothing about that, man. Listen, we know y'all lames. You a slave for the Americans. See, the older you get is the temptation to become a slave and just be quiet so you can get your food and you can get a little, listen, you can get a little food. See, a young man, listen, we the one gonna fight these old heads. You can't trust them in America. You know why you can't trust the old head? Because he just want to keep them biscuits coming in, don't he? He want that country ham and biscuits and eggs, don't he? That's how he gonna think. He don't listen. He ain't gonna stand for nothing. Cause listen, the older he get, he just want them eggs and ham and them biscuits. He gonna put his head down like a slave to get his food. Well, me and you don't care about it. He willing to die for them country eggs and ham, ain't he? he ready to die for that country ham and eggs, ain't he? Listen, man, let me tell you something. You don't put no fear in my heart, buddy. And if you want to come get you some, you can come get you some, buddy. And you ain't built like that, though. That's for everybody in this building. If you want to come get you some, you can come get you some, buddy. Okay? Now you can play games around my room. But listen, I'm better than your daddy. I'm better than your mama. And I'll tell you to your face, I'm better than your mama. I'm better than your daddy. I'm better than your mama that pooped you out. I'm better than her. Okay? I'm better than your mama that pooped you out. You don't want to see me, buddy. Just when you think it's sweet, it ain't sweet for you. Keep that in mind, little buddy. Because you an old head. I'm a young dude. Way more dangerous than you. Way more important than you. And listen, you just a slave. Listen. Uncle Sam getting it from the back while you eating that country ham, ain't he? I ain't your plaything, buddy. You gonna learn that one way or another. I do too much for you to play with me. All them psychological games, we don't care nothing about it. That's my point. I don't care nothing about what you doing. Okay? It's niggas like you in the ignorant context is why we never will be together again. All it is rebels. And you don't gotta respect my message because I want the right people listening anyway. I don't want niggas like you listening anyway. You think I'm doing it for you? Don't flatter yourself, buddy. I'm doing this for revolutionaries. I'm doing this for the real rebels. The real rebels. Listen, buddy, you a house nigga to me. You a house nigga. You work for Uncle Sam. You with Uncle Sam them, and you'll be surprised at how many house niggas we got in the black community. Listen, this is how we know. This is a little pit stop right here. This is how we know who's a house nigga and a field nigga. A house nigga serves the agenda of America. Whether you selling drugs, you a house nigga. Yes, you are. You know why? Because ultimately, you serve the purpose of the white Americans. See, the house nigga in the plantation time was the Negro that served for the white man's agenda in that house. But whatever he wanted done, the house nigga did it. So the house nigga was defined by doing whatever the white man wanted. Whatever his agenda was, that was the agenda of the house nigga. He didn't have his own agenda. So you thought you had your own agenda, didn't you? Man, you got the agenda of a house nigga, man. To stand in the way of an intelligent messenger like me. You are a house nigga. Don't you ever think, because you sell drugs or you part of the streets, we gonna break it down to what agenda are you on. And when you got the agenda against a black man, you are a house nigga. Okay? Malcolm X would tell you the same thing. You a house nigga. That's all you are. So don't you ever think that I think that you're some OG over me. You listen, you a house nigga. You ain't no OG. You ain't no OG. I can challenge you on everything you stand for, and I guarantee you, I'll show you I'm more of an OG than you. A OG provide opportunities. You don't provide no opportunities. I provide spiritual warfare opportunities. Oh, yeah, everybody know that. What opportunities you provide? What opportunities? So how you an OG and you don't provide no opportunities? A OG of a community provides opportunities. So you ain't no, you just an old worker. You're not an OG. You just got older with time. You ain't no OG. OG provides opportunities. You ain't no OG. I'll never call you an OG if you don't provide opportunities. Y'all call them OGs and they don't provide no opportunities. These old heads out here thinking they're OG, y'all got them puffed up and they gonna get deflated playing with a young nigga like me. I'ma deflate you. I'ma deflate your ego. Sitting around here didn't even know your country was marrying children, but you supposed to be an OG over me. That's my claim to fame. That's my foundation. All these niggas didn't know nothing about y'all marrying children in America. And now nobody can't stand up on the prophet because ain't nobody know about it. Your mama didn't know about it. Your daddy didn't know y'all was marrying children. Your daddy didn't tell you nothing about that. So I'm greater than your daddy. I'm greater than your mama. What? What you want me to say? You remain ignorant. Your mama remained ignorant. Your daddy remained ignorant. Don't you ever in your pathetic life think you can come outside this door and you an OG and you can equate what I'm doing and say what I'm doing and what I'm about. I'll tell you what your whole family is not about. Your whole family sat up here and watched this community go to scum, go watch the whole black community go to trash. None of you became students of Malcolm X or MLK. None of you are students of them, so we don't have to acknowledge you. We only acknowledge the original. We are only loyal to the original African American community generations. These new generations, let me explain something to you. You don't have to acknowledge none of these new generations because they're not in the right position. Nope. You are only supposed to be loyal to the generations that were real human black people, not animals. And I'll tell you that to your face. Half the time I don't tell people stuff to their face, because listen, I know I hurt your feelings. I'm the personality, I'll tell you to your face. I'm only loyal to the black first founding fathers of this community. The Malcolm X's and everything back. That's all I'm loyal to. You, I don't gotta be loyal to you. God don't want me to be loyal to you, and I'm still loyal to black people. You got two types: those who are loyal to the present generations of black people, and those loyal to the founding generations of black people. I don't have to be loyal to you to be black. They think you gotta be loyal to them. They ain't nothing. They a shell of what they used to be. And you think you an OG over me. That's your problem. That's your problem. You think you an OG over me and you can't show nobody nothing for what make you an OG over me. Your age, it's old fools going to hell every day. That's the bottom line. And do God want me to listen to an old fool going to hell only to learn from his mistakes? You an old fool. That's what a young man like me, a young sensei like me gonna say. You an old fool. You a counterfeit OG that can provide no opportunities. You talk to a real OG. OG say, yeah, I got this. I got a plug for this. I got a plug for that. What you trying to do? Oh, you do music? Oh, I got a plug for the studio. Oh, you a preacher? Oh, I got a plug over here. Oh, what you need? Oh, I got pictures of you. Oh, you need pictures made? Oh, I got a plug for this. That's why listen, some of the OGs be cool with the preachers, don't he? You know why? Because he got plugs. Oh yeah, oh Rev, I got this for you, Rev. Listen, I know I ain't living right, man, but look, man, I know them kids need them school supplies. You know what I'm saying? I know I got a plug for it. And low key, the preacher be talking to the plug, don't he? Preacher be talking to the plug. No, I'm serious. Why you think the plugs be talking to the preachers? Because the OG offers opportunities. All these dirty dudes acting like they OGs. Man, you a bum. You can't even clean up this room, this building. You a bum. I would never respect you. I seen the trash in this building and everything. I don't care if it's on purpose or not. I would not respect you. You got microwaves don't even work in this building. You a bum. Can't be serious. Don't you ever think I'm subject to your opinion. I don't care what you think. I'm a real sensei. I'm a real sensei, buddy. I'm a real master. You a fake Freemason master. I'm a real master. These old fake Freemasons and this stankin' Freemasons, you've been sitting around here doing nothing. You make me sick. Sitting up here acting like they OGs, you a bum. You don't provide no opportunities for nobody. Who you thought you was fooling? What you thought was one of these suckers out here? Listen, man, you don't provide no opportunity. You failed us. You the reason why we like we are now as black community. All these old OGs, so-called OGs, drunks and bums, that wasted half of their life and acting like they OGs, like they got some seniority over us. You talking to a coast-to-coast big dog, buddy. You a bum. You a bum. Don't you ever step in my vicinity. Don't you ever step in my sphere of influence like you putting your rinky-dink opinion on my situation. Because all that lame psychology and witchcraft you throwing, we don't care nothing about it. And that's all I made my point about just now. Ain't nothing done to me, buddy. You can't assassinate me and take my head off, buddy. Because I don't, listen, first of all, I don't value what you're talking about. I don't care what it is. This is what I'm talking about. And you a bum. You the same niggas that's always in the way of the niggas that's doing something. I can't stand niggas like you. And that's why we will never be together. All this is about is my rebels, my comrades, my real revolutionaries, spiritual warriors that see why all of this is happening. Them ain't nothing but house niggas working for white folks. That's all they are. That's how we esteem them. That's how we esteem them. And I brought it back to be proper, to stand on your own away from them white people. I brought that back. Oh, I didn't know. I'm the only one. I'm the only one that brought it back. Who else brought it back? And did something and got some numbers with it. You know what I'm saying? I take no disrespect from them lame old so-called OGs that set up and failed us. You the reason why the black community is the way it is. Acting like you the OGs and you failed us. The baby boomers, the whole generation of baby boomers failed us. And then you gonna blame Generation X. We was too young. We was too young. If I had to break it down to one generation that failed black people, it was the baby boomers generation. Which is all these dudes in they 50s and 60s and all them all baby boomers. Them the ones that's gonna be slaves and the ones we can't trust. The only generation that can save this country is Generation X. Baby boomers are too old. They want their country ham and eggs. They'll sell you out for eggs and country ham. No, I'm serious. These old people that's comfortable, listen, they'll think, well, we can't do nothing about it. We might as well do something to them. Them old folks, man. I don't deal with old folks like you. And listen, I'm too young for you to play with me, boy. I'm still crazy. What you thought? You done got tamed. You done got domesticated. I talk real politics and you just a player hater, buddy. You don't think I see that? I know who I'm talking to. I'm talking to all of you. All of you little working little dudes around here. I'm talking to you. Yeah, I'm talking to you. You ain't fooling me playing around that room next door, but you really playing games. You think I'm stupid, bro. Listen, man, listen, I'm a grown man, and you a boy to me. And you always will be a boy. If I go out there and see trash, you a boy. Your job to clean this trash, ain't it? As long as I see trash, a man like me, you a boy. Long as I see microwaves ain't working, you a boy. Long as I see hair on that toilet, you a boy. That's what you get paid for. You take pride in your job. A nigga that don't take pride in his job is a boy. So while you, listen, buddy, you pathetic to me. You didn't see a man gonna be watching that. A boy, I don't know what boys do. You know what a man gonna be looking at? How you clean up this building. How you leave trash everywhere. And you coming by laughing and kikiing like it's all good. You a boy. And I don't value a boy's opinion. You understand me? Yeah, you could think I'm faking, but I got numbers. Numbers your daddy didn't have and numbers your mama didn't have. You don't want to see me, buddy. I'll stop the whole show. Just because that's how you know this is not no show. This is reality. And I'm in reality. And I check lame niggas in reality. I don't put on shows. Now you know that. I don't play the radio like old school say. I don't play the radio, buddy. I shut down the whole show to check you. And people gonna hate you. When I'm talking about things that's more important than you. And I gotta shut it down to talk about you. You a lame nigga to me. You tried to be cool early in your life and that's why you in this situation now. Now you a bum. You failed. That's why you had to join Freemasons, because you was a bum early. You were trying to be cool early in your life, wasn't you? Now you're trying to make up for it. Can't be serious. You're a cornball to me, man. See, unlike you, I was raised by a man. You probably was raised by a woman, wasn't you? Well, half of the black homes got women raising the children. You probably was raised by a woman, wasn't you? That's why you in everybody's business like a woman. Yeah, that's what you got it. You don't realize that's what you got it from, didn't you? You half of these niggas, what y'all call niggas, these ignorant black people. You know why they like that? You want me to tell you why they like that? Because they was raised by women yapping. You didn't realize it, did you? Why you think niggas is always in other niggas' business? Because they was raised by females. That's why. If they was raised by men, your daddy gonna come in your mind where you mind your business, you stay out of niggas' business. See, I was raised halfway by men, right? Well, I don't care about another nigga. I don't care about another man's business. I don't care what he doing. That's our man's mentality. You show me a man that's in anybody's business, I'm gonna show you a man that was raised by women. Half of you black folks was raised by women. That's why you in other niggas' business. You don't realize you got a feminine trait from a woman in other niggas' business. That's in a female's nature. Out here yapping and talking in other niggas' business. You know why? Because you sit back and look in your mama mouth talking about everybody. You sit up watch your aunts and your aunties sit around and talk about people in the neighborhood. And you didn't realize. You thought you got away from being feminine like a woman. You yapping and talking like a female. You can't find me no grown masculine man doing the same thing. Show me a man doing it. Show me a grown man doing it. Show me one. Show me a grown man talking about talking about what other people doing. It's not comely of a man. And you can't find no man. You ain't never seen me, sitting around talking about, nah, that's a female. You ain't never, hey, nobody ain't never seen you say, oh yeah, he was sitting around talking about these other people. You ain't gonna never see me sitting around talking. That's not my nature. I'm a man. I'm a man, buddy. I don't sit around and yap. I guarantee you. See, listen, that's a nugget. That's a gem dropped. Why you think dudes are sitting around talking about other people? Cause they was raised by females, bro. I'm telling you, that's what it is. That's what it is. That's all it is, bro. I mean, you can go back to the best. No disrespect, but you can even look at Tupac. No disrespect. He wasn't halfway raised by his daddy. So when he came out here in the struggle with Biggie, look how he handled the situation with Biggie. He made up lies talking about he had sex with Faith. That ain't drama like a female. That ain't drama like a female talking about you had sex with Faith and you didn't. That ain't drama when you talking about, when Biggie confronted Tupac, Biggie said, Tupac said he was just trying to sell records. He asked him what it was all about, and Tupac said he was trying to sell records. That's the lamest part of Tupac's whole story. When Biggie confronted him, Biggie told everybody, I stepped to Tupac on my own and asked him what was going on, right? This is the most underrated story. Biggie said, Tupac said, I'm just trying to sell records. No, you Tupac, you supposed to say, you know what it is. What you mean what it is? That's what your fans expect. What you mean what it is? You know what it is. What you think it mean? Is that a trick question? You know what it mean then. Okay, so why you asking me what it mean? Tupac said, I'm just trying to sell records. That's the lamest part of Tupac's story, bro. I'm telling you, I can give you more examples of people that was raised by women. No disrespect. But they didn't get the full masculinity that they were supposed to get. When you out here playing games and drama games, listen, if you ain't got no backbone and no manhood, I'ma melt you. If you ain't been around no man energy your whole childhood, I'ma destroy you. If you ain't really been around no masculine energy, I'ma destroy you, bro. I'ma make you look like you are. Don't get me started, bro. Because just when you think it's good, bro, it's never good. I'm never good with, I don't play high school diva games. I wasn't raised by just a female. I wasn't just around female energy. That's why you can't believe in it, because, listen, in order for you to find people like me, they got to get in the streets. Because they wasn't raised around masculine energy. That's what it is. That's what it is, man. Don't try to check me. Don't try to check me. Check yourself, buddy. Ask yourself why you in your position. That's why I told y'all, it's the war between the righteous Africans and the wicked Africans. That's what it is. And if you don't understand that, it's the righteous Africans against, and they think they bad. And listen, buddy, we don't even see it like that. I've been around the killers, so I don't know what that is out there, and I don't care what it is. I don't care what it is, and I don't care what race it is. If I've been around the killers, so who you supposed to be? Somebody's supposed to intimidate me, and I done been around killers. It's not gonna happen, buddy. It's not gonna happen. Yeah, you a clown. I don't care what you, listen, I don't care what bodies, I don't care what you done in the streets. You playing the position of a clown right now. And it's that simple. It's that simple, buddy. I don't let you play in my lane like that and then walk away around and all of that like them clowns, and I don't check you. You see, that's my spirituality. My spirituality gonna check you, because I'm too high ranking for you to play with me like that. I'm way too high ranking for you to play with me like that. You go play with them kids. You go find a kid. They at school. You gotta wait for them to get out of school. Go play with them kids when they get out of school, buddy. Real men at home. I'm at home. Do you see me at school? I ain't no kid, buddy. That's all you need to know. I'm older than Malcolm X. I'm supposed to be talking like this. You treated me. I'm older than Malcolm X. Malcolm X was 39. MLK was 39. I'm 44. I'm 5 years older than Malcolm X. I'm supposed to be like this. I'm supposed to be cock diesel like this. Why half these black people looking at me like I'm in my 20s? What you talking about? See, that's you being dull of mind, like a dull knife. You're not sharp as you think you are. Well, then you should have knew I was older than Malcolm X and I'm supposed to be talking like this. Oh, he's older than Malcolm X? Yes. You listen to these white boys that told you whatever they told you. And they the ones that see us like boys. So go take his interpretation of who I am. And that's why you like you are. I'm older than Malcolm X, buddy. I'm right. I ain't out of pocket at all. I'm cock diesel with it at this point. I'm cock diesel with it. I'm cock diesel with this. I spare none, buddy. These OGs with no opportunities. I'm Malcolm X. I'm the age 40. I'm 5 years later after 39 years old, buddy. I'm 5 years later. I'm cock diesel with this. That's why these white boys didn't want me to make it to this level. They always get you around your 30s. Because once you grow up and mature, you see everything as a man. But with the right intellect, uncontrolled, unbothered, untainted by white American perspective. They don't never want you to make it past your 30s. That's why they try to cut people off before their 30s. They almost got me, but I got away. I'm in my 40s now, buddy. I'm cock diesel with it. I ain't wasting no time. I know what side I'm on. And I listen, and the white folks can look me right in my face, and I know at the end of the day, you're gonna go with a far right agenda. If it came down to it. If it comes down to it, you're gonna go with a far right agenda. And that's the bottom line. And I'm not gonna act like we together when I know if push come to shove, you gonna go with a white man's agenda, far right. You going with that far right. I know, listen, buddy, I did it without a team. That's what they can't stand. I'm a real lion, buddy. I'm a real lion. I'm willing to die for this. And you not. You willing to pick up trash for this and play psychological games for this. I'm willing to die for this. I'm gonna make you look like a clown if you not. If you not, and you haphazard, I'm gonna make you look like a clown. Just like I did. You know why? Because this is real life right here. You know, I'm willing to die for this. But what you on? You on clown time, sucker. You on clown time. So as soon as I start talking, I'm gonna make you look like a clown. I'm gonna reduce everything you talking about to a clown. We don't care nothing about that psychological stuff. Like I said, I proved y'all was pedophiles. I proved it. I proved you married children. You couldn't prove nothing. That's what we talking about. You can say what you want. You can feel what you want. Come my way with that. So come on, come get you some if you want it. Come get you some. I give you everything you need, little buddy. You too domesticated to play with a wild man like me, buddy. I'm wild like a felon, buddy. I'm wild like a convict. You don't want to play with me? That's what I'm trying to show you. What you thought? What you thought, buddy? You ain't trying to lose your life today. Better stick to that trash, buddy. You better stick to them rooms and whatever y'all do in this building. You better stick to that. That's what I'm saying. That's why I can't stand. That's another thing I despise. All these dudes go watch TV and they want to be out here in the field and you ain't active out here. I'm active. I'm active the way I'm supposed to be. You ain't active out here. stay in your lane, buddy. Stick to that trash. I've been a trash man. I took pride in my job. You don't. You a bum. So it ain't that I'm looking down on cleaning toilets. I done did it all. These niggas right here will act like it's beneath them. I did all that. No sensei don't respect no nigga act like something beneath you, but you getting a paycheck. But you getting a paycheck. That paycheck ain't beneath you, so ain't nothing beneath you. I done seen the same pube hairs on the toilet for the past 2 weeks. Oh, I'ma watch. I ain't clean. I ain't doing nothing. And niggas can step over it and they act like your opinion matter to me. Man, you a bum. Your mom will be embarrassed to see who you are. You have become a bum. A bum with a paycheck. Can't be serious, buddy. This is real manhood. I had my first job when I was 15 years old. I had my first job, listen, buddy, I was driving a car when I was 14. I was cooking on a gas stove with gas, like downstairs, buddy. I was cooking on a stove like that at 11 years old. I'm from the South, buddy. They raise us like animals. They raise us like herds of animals. They make sure we got the goods. I know how to fish. I know how to cook. I know how to drive a car. Yeah, you thought I was one of them okie doke dudes, don't know how to drive, catch a bus all the time, don't know how to drive a car. If they see you walking too much, they'll think you're an okie doke, you can't drive a car. And here's the punchline, they'll think they're better than you, more competent than you. Oh, I drive cars. I mean, I just haven't settled down. That's all. That's my thing. I haven't settled down, that's all. I can drive a car. Okay? If you ain't got no goods, I'ma bury you, buddy. No, you ain't gonna ever, I don't care who it is, man, woman, or child. I don't care if you're in this building. Why? Because you got a job here that mean you can put your mouth on me. That don't mean nothing to me. Your opinion don't mean nothing to me. I'm gonna talk to you just like Malcolm X. Malcolm X here, you say, I don't care where you work. I don't care who you are. I ain't gonna bow down to you, and I'm gonna keep it 100, and I'm gonna say what I need to say. If I know you're playing games, you caught, and you beneath me. You can't redeem yourself. Now you a house nigga. And I don't care if you dark skinned. You got dark skinned house niggas. I don't care about none of that. I'ma look at your soul and see you a house nigga. And I'm a light skinned field nigga. Yeah. All these dark skinned people think cause they dark skinned, you a field nigga. You a house nigga. Stop playing. All these little psychological games you play. Come on, man. You a house nigga all day. And you listen, it's real. It's true. What you gonna say? It's true. You know it's true. You sell out for peanuts. You sell out for peanuts. You sold out your own community for peanuts. Peanuts. Like this right here. Peanuts. You sold out for peanuts. Okay? You sold out for peanuts. See, that's what you get for trying to be all about the money. You listen, sometimes you play yourself trying to be all about the money. See, if you was really old school like you claim to be, you would know better. All money ain't good money. That's what they say in the old school. All money ain't good money. Now you look at you looking stupid and looking funny, ain't you? Country in a jam and can't get them out. You don't want to see me, bro. That's all I'm saying. You don't want to see me on no level. Whatever that little rinky dink, so I can feel the level you think I'm on, bro. I'm not some punk you can play with. That you can come up and slide beside and say your little rinky dink opinion and act like you a rival to me. That's a fantasy world. You ain't no rival to me, bro. Come on, stop playing with me. You have to rival my results and my numbers. You got to show us, you as an individual, what you doing. What you doing? What you doing? Man, you a bum, bro. Stop playing with me. I'll pick each one of you out and show you ain't doing nothing. I'll beat you one by one. You ain't doing nothing. You ain't doing nothing. You ain't doing nothing. See, the old school used to talk it and back it up like Muhammad Ali. I talk it and back it up. I talk junk to you and then beat you. And beat you good. See, that's the old school. Uh-huh. Oh, I back it up. Everybody know that. Everybody know that now. If you didn't know, now you do know. Yeah, come on my way. Bring some of that my way. You know what time it is, buddy? You ain't built like that. You ain't built like that. Now everybody see how I am. Stop playing with me, bro. I don't let them do it, bro. Cause I know they playing psychological games, and just for you to play in my lane, bro. Listen, it's unforgivable. Don't even come back to me. Don't even look me in my face. I don't even want to see you. If you're in this building, I know you're enemies. I don't even want to see you. Don't even look at my face, bro. Straight like that. Don't even look at my eyes. That's how I feel, nigga. Know what I'm saying? See, I was one of them kids that was like, I got talked about a lot by my family, right? On my dad's side. So I became a very hostile, a person with animosity to anybody playing games. I defended myself at a young age. I would stand on my feet and argue with grown men and women as a boy, as a teenager. I used to defend myself as a young kid against my aunts and all of that. I'm that type of dude. And I was raised by masculine men, so you gotta grow a backbone, or a masculine man gonna break you. If you grow up around masculine men and you a punk, you gonna get broken. Both of my daddies was masculine. Both of them masculine. And if you weak, they gonna break you. Just how they talk to you and treat you and everything. You gonna get broken. Or you gonna grow a backbone and be stronger. And when you grow up, you gonna realize, man, you know what I'm saying? I've been raised way better than half of these people. Even though you might not like how I felt at the time, right? It made more of a man out of you. Even if it was kind of toxic, it still made you more masculine because it didn't break you. Men know what I'm talking about. I don't know what you heard about me. I'm telling you, bro, I can tell how good I'm raised when I come out here in the world. See, when you grow up, you can tell how good you was raised compared to other people. Just look how you do stuff. Look how you handle stuff. How you clean up behind yourself. Other people just dirty. You can tell how their house was growing up. Dirty everywhere. Probably doo-doo on the floor. Probably dookie on the floor. Just dirty, bruh. That ain't about being ghetto. That ain't ghetto. No. What, you thought it was ghetto to have trash on the floor? Man, listen, that's how we know you fake. Anything, a ghetto family gonna clean their house real good. Real good. That ain't ghetto. That's a bum. Ew. Listen, bro. Listen. I done been to ghetto houses. Everything clean. Everything clean, buddy. Everything. So it's not ghetto. Now, a suburban person is, I'm being ghetto. Keep everything dirty. I'm keeping the hood. You keeping the hood, huh? Keeping it dirty. Man, stop playing with me, bro. You disgust me. You disgust me. Acting like you know what it is to be black, or you the only one black. I can't stand niggas like that. You think you the only one black. That's what, you tell me what it is. Well, why you trying to black man like something can't happen to you? Cause you think you blacker than us. You think you blacker than me. What else is it then? This is why people, listen, this is why black people die all the time, bro. I'm telling you, that's why. I'm telling you. They either come playing around, player hating, all that kind of stuff. I don't have no room for no player haters. I'm too grown for it. It don't fit into my narrative, into my space. It never have. That's why I resist it. I can't do nothing but resist it. I can't let that be in my space. I can't sit there and coexist with a player hater. You know what I'm saying? Nah. You ain't gonna never see that happen. I don't coexist with no Freemasons. I don't coexist. We rebel. We rebelling right now. We rebel, bro. We don't got no love for you. We ain't got no love for no Freemasons. We ain't got no love for you. Okay? Ain't no love. Okay? And so I'm kind of glad it happened, because this weeds out whoever. If you ain't on this vibe right here, listen, you don't gotta be here. You ain't gotta listen to these videos. You ain't gonna hurt me one day in my life. Cause listen, I want people who understand this vibe anyway. Because listen, man, this is all we dealing with. This is all we dealing with. These haters, these player haters, these ignorant black people who think they represent black people. And the truth is, you just a house nigga. That's all. You know what I'm saying? So for me, you know, white folks might not be able to call it like that. But I'm black, I can call it like that. I know the difference. I know what you really are. You think you represent black because you got a little music going on, a little culture going on. Man, you a house nigga all day, bro. I call it how I see it. And that's what a dude from the South gonna tell you. That's what a righteous African gonna tell you. You a house nigga, stay away from me. Cause you represent the whole struggle between black people, why we can't get along or not. That to me, that's part of the white agenda in itself. Why we can't get along, you represent that struggle. Which means, like I said, you are on white man's agenda. And you can be black as they come. You can be black as they come, and you are a house nigga. It's that simple. And listen, if you think you can take all these black people with you, you out your mind. And they gonna look at themselves and think they blacker than you. I'm telling you. And look at all the leaders. None of them were dark skinned. I'm just keeping 100. Show me one dark skinned leader. Martin Luther King Jr. wasn't dark skinned. That's brown skinned. Malcolm X was mixed up. His mom halfway white, all that kind of stuff. Them the two. Okay, was they dark skinned? No, they wasn't. So I can show you your best two right here in America. Neither one of them would consider dark skinned by black people. That's not dark skinned. You can't. Malcolm X definitely wasn't dark skinned. MLK, would you consider MLK dark skinned? No, not black people. Not fluent black people that's fluent in our culture. No, we'll never use that term for MLK. MLK was what we call brown skin. He was brown skin. We'll call MLK brown skin. We'll call Malcolm X light brown skin. We ain't gonna even say he light skin. He high yellow. No, I will. Still, you'll say Malcolm X light brown skin. We won't even say he had light skin. Light skin to us is high yellow. That's light skin. Like me, I'm light brown skin. I'm not considered really light skin. I'm light brown skin. You know what I'm saying? But light skin is high yellow. That's light skin. You know, so I can show you how your best wasn't even dark skin. You pick them. That's the rappers, everything. You pick them. Most of them ain't. You pick them. Jay-Z is not no dark skinned man. Boom. Who else you want to pick? What I'm showing you is that whole perspective of dark is stronger. You can't prove it with history. Bob Marley wasn't no dark skinned man. Bob Marley was dark skinned. Bob Marley was not dark skinned. Bob Marley was light brown skinned too. And his daddy was white. Bob Marley wasn't all the way African. They used to call Bob Marley a white boy. Oh, you don't know that? I know the history, buddy. You ain't dealing with no chump. So I know how these people act in different tribes. That's what I'm saying. Look at that. Look at what he had to deal with, and look what I got to deal with. And see, that's why there's always a problem. That's why we can't get together. That's why it never work. Niggas can't do nothing together. Everybody know that. We can't even live together. No, we can't. That's an ongoing understanding in our community. Niggas can't live together. You see Mexicans can live 15 Mexicans in one house. You know how they do that? Because they understand submission. They understand who's the boss. A black man to come in your house and try to run your house. A black woman to come in your house trying to run your house. Like she don't know you run the house. Like, she can't submit. She shouldn't even be trying to argue with you. You don't argue with nobody in their own house. It ain't pride. It's principle. It's understanding. If I run this house, how you gonna argue with me in my house? I'm not saying you lose your manhood at the door or you lose your womanhood at the door, but come on. You should be a little more submissive, considering the circumstance. Because at the end of the day, I could just make you get out. And niggas don't understand that. Niggas will come and talk junk to you in your house and get thrown out and act like you the worst person in the world. But talk junk to you in your house where you done survived that and strived that and gonna come into that atmosphere disrespecting you. See, that's what a dumb young nigga don't understand. This nigga done survived in this area. He done went without food and put food back in the house. Done lost food, put food back in the house. Clean this house, mop this house, and you gonna come disrespect him in that position? Him or her? No, you're not gonna do it, buddy. You respecting somebody in the place where they survive. That's not gonna happen. You're gonna get checked every single time. Hispanics and Latinos can live together because they understand submission. Not being a doormat, they understand submission. They can live 15 in the house. You can see it. How they be together like that? Because they understand submission. Niggas can't be together like that. Why? You know why? Because you don't understand who's the leader. Just like now, I can't do nothing with these niggas. You know why? Because they think they harder than me. They think they more of a boss than me, but they not. They not though. They not talking about nothing I'm talking about. So a nigga like me, I gotta go through fake niggas acting like they on my level. For whatever reason. Because you don't understand I'm the leader. So you want to act like you could do what I do better, but you darn know you can't. You can't walk in my shoes. You couldn't if you wanted to. But a nigga gonna act like a rapper, like it's a beef, and like he harder than, that's the culture. That's why I can't stand it. You always want to compete with somebody. You know what I'm saying? You need to sit down sometimes. You know what I'm saying? That's what Malcolm X be talking to you all about. All this stuff going on now. That kind of mentality in this situation, man, telling you all about yourself. Arrogant people trying to compete with each other. Listen, you couldn't even do nothing in this position. You ain't even got nothing to say. So how you gonna compete with me? You can't be me. You wouldn't even do nothing. You wouldn't even be able to do half of what I'm doing. That's all I'm saying. I don't take no disrespect, bro. Because you know why? It's not arrogance. I know you can't do this. I know you can't do it. I know you just a nigga that look at a position and you retarded, like thinking it's just looking at the power, looking at the authority, and that's all you looking at. You don't know what it takes to make this happen. Just like the rest of these dumb niggas. Don't looking at power and don't know what it takes to keep it and make it happen. Just think it came together just like a child. A child think the house came together. A child don't know what the parents got to do to keep that house together. You just like that with the power, with a position of power. You don't know what it takes to keep this position together, buddy. You a dumb nigga. That's all. And I'm calling it how it is. And you can take it how you want to take it. And I really don't care. I can explain my position, unlike you. You can't explain your lame position. I can explain mine. You can't explain yours. Explain yours while you playing around me. For something you heard, just like a dumb nigga would do. A dumb nigga talking about what he heard, but he can't explain and can't show us what he heard, can't prove nothing. Listen, you a dumb nigga, man. I can prove everything I'm talking about with your community. Your community marrying children. You just a dumb nigga sitting up here watching it all happen, didn't even know what was going on. You can't be serious. You a joke. You and your country a joke. Your whole family's a joke. Sitting up here acting like you can see me. You can't see me, bro. You out your mind. I'm from coast to coast, from California all the way back to New York. I just came from California. You can't see me. You scared to go to California. I can break it down to the streets. You scared to go to California. That's for all of y'all. You scared to go to California. You ain't going to California. I done been to California. So imagine you trying me. Little lame niggas. Take a trip to California, then get back at me. Go out there on the streets. No, it matters. Because it's the mentality of the people. If you can get them to respect you, go out there to California and get them to respect you. And come back with no scrap, with unscathed. Come back unscathed. Like I did. I make it look easy for these lame niggas. Go to California and come back unscathed. Lame niggas. Just when you think you harder than me, I'm going to challenge you New Yorkers to go to California. Go to California. And until you do, me and you are two different animals. And I don't care what you've done here. You can't go to California, can you? You're not going to do it. A nigga gonna get scared of California. Oh, you go down south. A nigga go down south, nigga ain't going to California. Oh, that's too much, ain't it? Yeah, like I'm stupid. Oh yeah, you go down south. You go to Atlanta. You go to Charlotte. You go to Miami. You might even go to Miami. You ain't gonna go to Los Angeles. Go to Los Angeles, like me, like I've been. Go to Los Angeles. I done lived in LA. I done lived in San Francisco. I done go to LA. Come on, stop playing, bruh. Stop playing with me, man. You beneath me. That's what I'm trying to show you, lame. I don't go through all of this and you get to be on my level. I'm gonna make that very clear to you. It's a lot of people that will want to hurt you because they know the whole story. They know you ain't built like me. They know niggas like you ain't built like me. And that go for the women too. I don't care about you calling me fake, man. Listen, you ain't gonna go to California. You ain't gonna go to California? Okay then, so then me and you two different animals. I had the balls to do something you wouldn't do. And you think I'ma still be on your level? I've done something you wouldn't do. Okay, so how me and you the same then? Retarded, bro. Don't ever interrupt me with foolishness. That's what I'm saying. Most of these New York people scared. Right here in Brooklyn, you scared of Los Angeles. You ain't gonna go. No. You're gonna be hard head, but you ain't going to Los Angeles. Everybody think New York is everything. Go to LA then. Go to LA. Go to Chicago. Go to Chicago. Huh? You ain't gonna go to Chicago, are you? Man, stop playing with me, man. You real as this lame New York City. Stop playing with me, bruh. You forgot, man. We done caught up with you. Little brother done caught up with you. Yeah, we ain't scared of New York no more. Oh, that's the old time, sucker. That part. That's 7 hours. Yeah, ain't nobody scared of New York no more, buddy. Yeah, we ain't scared of New York. Little brothers ain't scared of New York now. We ain't scared of New York no more. Mm-hmm. And I take what come with it. We ain't scared of New York. You ain't gonna ever install no fear in me, bro. This is what it takes for an actual intellectual leader to be able to talk without lame women and lame men talking. It takes this much. It takes this much. You can't be no timid black leader in these times. No, you cannot. You gotta check these lame niggas. I'm still sending kites to prison right now. I done wrote my cousin in prison right now. I'm still connected to the prison to do some talking to somebody in prison. Don't listen, bro. Listen. Somebody I did felonies with. Somebody I did crimes with. I'm right in the that separates me from half of these little guys out here. You understand me? And you know what I'm talking about. All these little gay dudes. Okay, you ain't sending no kites to prison. You ain't writing nobody in prison. So please don't put no pressure on me, bro. Come on, man. Listen, bro. I deserve more respect. Straight, I'm just keeping 100. I'm just keeping 100, bro. You ain't talking to nobody in prison. You ain't writing I'm writing people in prison, bro. Huh? That I done crimes with. I don't care about what you heard. I don't care. Lame nigga. Talking about what you heard. Who cares? I'm writing my cousin in prison. This dude done 24 years. 27 years altogether. This nigga done 27 years, nigga. This nigga did 12 years the first time. He doing 15 years this time. That's 27 years of his life. Listen, I can tell you real stories, bro. I can tell you real stories. I can tell you I get respect from these same people. Who you supposed to be? That's all I'm saying. And that's man and woman alike. I don't let vagina get past me with playing with me. Just in case you think you safe, cause you got a vagina between your legs, that ain't gonna make you safe. I don't care nothing about it. Like I say, I ain't having sex with you. Your vagina ain't serving me. So how far am I gonna be influenced by it? It ain't doing nothing for me. Yeah, I'ma look at you like a nigga. That's it. Listen, bro, listen. I done been like this too long to be fake, man. Listen, I know it's hard. See, when you ain't seen nothing, it's hard for you to believe it. Let me give you a good illustration. When you live in New York, right? You done seen people with big gold, big diamonds, right? When you ain't never seen no diamonds, they so big it look fake, don't it? It's because you ain't seen nothing. So if you ain't seen big diamonds, oh, that's too big to be real. See, that's all it is with me. I'm so big and beautiful, like a big diamond is too big for you to believe it because you ain't seen nobody real like me. That's why. Now, if you was used to seeing big gold and big diamonds, you could believe, oh, that's real. You don't care how big it is. Now, Lane gonna look at that. That can't be real. You look at me, I can't be real, right? Just like a big diamond, yeah. But get around some head honchos. Get around some real ones that done some real crimes. I sound just like them. Get around some felons. They gonna say, oh, okay, that's real. Yeah. The only reason you doubting it because you ain't never seen big diamonds. Okay? You ain't never seen big gold, have you? Huh? You ain't never seen big niggas, have you? That's why you like that. See, I learned about people like you. You know, you ain't never seen a big nigga. Huh? No, you haven't. 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 Because if you did, listen, you wouldn't be hung up. You wouldn't be tripping off of me. You wouldn't be tripping off of me at all, buddy. No, you wouldn't. That's how I know. Well, you tell me. You tell me. Some people ain't seen big niggas. I ain't talking about just money. I'm talking about the intellect. I'm talking about the full package. Where I can bury you without a dollar. I can bury your credibility. I can bury your community without a dollar in my pocket. That's a big dog, whether you like it or not. Now, a chicken head gonna only think these niggas around here with money is something. Cause you a chicken head, that's all you looking for. Now go talk to a real man. A real man gonna form his whole different opinion on who the highest ranking. Malcolm X didn't have no money. Let's go back to the foundation. Malcolm X didn't have no money. MLK didn't have no money. So see, that's the foundation. Why you got these new people with money, and you equate people to having being something with money. That's where we at now. That's the transition. When I can show you Malcolm X didn't have no money. Glory to Yahweh. So it's depending on what you're talking about. Because if you want to talk about money, I can show you these white folks. Listen, they got all the money. You'll wind up playing yourself, talking too much about money, because then guess what? You got to go to the white folks. They got all the money and the power, right or wrong. Okay then. You go, so how far can a black person go before they start playing themselves? And that's the ones with the money. Let alone you. Okay, so how far are you going to go before you play yourself? Because last time I checked, they the ones got all the money. So we start getting our respect from the black community without money. Won't you tell these white girls that's dancing all around with y'all that we get, listen, we've been giving our respect a long time without money. It's depending on where your head at. It's depending on where your head. We ain't talking about what you're doing all the time either. We ain't talking about what you're working at all the time either. It's see, you gotta know what you're doing. You gotta know who you put your mouth on. Fall behind the white girls, you gonna let them tell you who I am. Man, stop playing with me, bro. Stop playing with me. I won't even let a white girl put her mouth on me, bro. That's not gonna happen. That's not, listen, listen, the last time it happened, it was in California. I checked her. I told her, listen, man, she going back and forth with me. Let me tell you this story, and then I'm gonna get on about my business. So it's like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. So I'm in San Francisco, right? You can get pizza on your EBT and everything like that, right? They ain't like New York where you can't get no hot food. How you gonna eat without hot food? Man, that's retarded, bro. So when you go to California, you can eat hot food on your EBT. You can go to restaurants and get pizza, everything like that. I mean, you can use it all. So I go get me a big pizza when my EBT hit, right? So I'm down there like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning on 6th Street in San Francisco, right? So this white chick, man, I know she was nothing but a old lame nigga in the gang, in the politics or whatever, right? So she with this other female or whatever. So they like posted up on the block in front of the pizza shop, right? So I step out for a minute, right, just to peep the scene. So she got her dog coming all up to me and everything. I'm like, yo, get your dog, man. I don't know your dog. Your dog could have COVID-19, nigga. For real. Dogs be sniffing all around, licking on spit and stuff. Eating stuff come out of people's mouth. You don't see all the stuff dogs do. Think about it. Sometimes dogs eat stuff, somebody spit out a little piece of meat. Ugh. Like, next time you think about kissing a dog in the mouth, I want you to think about how somebody could spit out something out their mouth like a piece of sausage or something, right? You think a dog ain't gonna eat that piece of sausage? You ain't gonna see it. You gonna be walking the dog, he gonna eat that real quick and walk away. You don't even know what he did. You think he just sniffing at the ground. Somebody might eat some pizza like I got, right? Take a little piece of meat, sausage, and throw it out for whatever reason. Dog gonna eat all of that. That person could have had COVID. I don't let people put their pets and dogs on me at post-COVID. Cause a dog is gonna be everywhere. I don't want your dog on me. No, I do not. So I'm sitting out in front of the pizza shop and this white girl got her dog and I'm like, yo, get your dog, man. And so she got it, right? And moved, and then she got offended. Talking about, oh, now you scared of my dog? First of all, now sounds like I already know you. That's her exact words. Now you scared of my dog? Now? What you mean now, sucker? I don't know you. You ain't never seen me scared of nothing. She said, now you scared of my dog? I'm like, bro, listen, man. I told her, I said, listen, it's about respect. She talking about, it is. So then what you mean it is? That works for me. It don't work for you, sucker. How does it work against me? It doesn't. It doesn't work against me. She gonna tell me, Yeah, now you scared of my dog. Like, no, man, listen, hold up, man. It's about respect. If she was real, she would have knew what I was saying already. You got your dog on me. Listen, you don't say nothing else to me. Your dog should have never been on me. You know what I'm saying? Then she kept trying to say something else like, nah, man, shaking her head. I was like, look, bro, I told this to a female, white female. I checked me 2 females just in case you think, listen, bro, I'm going to tell you something about me, bro. I check anybody. I don't care if you black, white, I don't care, woman or whatever. That's how you supposed to be built, bro. Man, I told this white woman, I said, listen, man, this is an all-white girl. Not no mixed white girl. White as they come. But she thinks she black. Get around a couple black people and you think you're black. That's what had her halfway talking to me the way she was anyway. Yeah, you know better than you. Man, listen, man, you should halfway be talking to me. That's how I see it. Like, get your dog off me, man. Like, her dog all on me and everything. Nah, get your dog off me. All these politics and everything, people talking about dogs. Anyway, you think I want some dogs on me? No. Think I'm stupid. That's what she was doing anyway. I said, man, listen, let me tell you something, man. I said, man, listen, get your dog, man. Get up. Oh, now you're scared of my dog. I said, hold up, man, hold up. It wouldn't matter. That ain't got nothing to do with being scared of your dog. I want your dog off of me. That's what it got something to do with. It ain't got nothing to do with being scared of the dog. I could have stayed right there. I ain't scared of your dog. I don't want your dirty. I don't know where that dog come from. Ugh, in dirty San Francisco too. All dirt and all kind of. I don't know what that dog like. Dirty old stinking dog. I said, listen, man, look, get your dog off me. She talking about, oh, now you scared of my dog. I'm like, it's about respect. She talking about, it is, yeah, but it don't make no sense when you saying it. It don't make no sense with you saying it back. It don't make no sense with you saying it back. It doesn't. How's that apply? Where's the disrespect for me? From me? You ain't get no disrespect from me. I told you to move your dog. Then, so I said, listen, man, I broke it down to it like this. I said, look, I ain't finna even argue with you because you can't handle your own. I told her like that. Listen, she tried to save face to my, oh, how you know I can't handle my own? Man, you can't be serious, bro. You can't be serious. Talking about you can't handle how I know you can't handle your own. Man, I'm a grown man. I used to lift 200 pounds. For any of you people that doubt my strength, man, everybody know I'm a very, 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 very strong man. I'm very strong. I'm very strong. I lift whole couches and whole big long couches on my back. Everybody seen it. Even here in New York. That's part of my legend, man. They see me walking down the street with a whole couch on my back. That's not even working out. That's off natural strength that I naturally got. No, you ain't know. A real man know what I'm talking about. That's not even working out. I just carry myself humble. That's what got everybody. Listen, man. I'm tough in more than one way. It's one thing to say I'm tough out here and I can fight or whatever, or I can shoot guns. It's one thing to prove it physically. That you can take and put a whole couch on your back. You ain't tough like that. In a tough man competition, you will only win shooting guns and pulling weapons. But when we go to other stuff, listen, you couldn't carry no whole couch on your back. I proved to be tough in more than one way. More than one time. Listen, man. I did it one time and they was hating it. The whole hood was hating it. Then I went down south and did it again for my other female when she had to move all the stuff, lifting the whole couch on my back, and she watched me. Did it again, buddy, just to redeem the strength, the reputation of the strength. Listen, man, I'm a very strong man. And this woman talking about she can hold her own with me, man. That's what time we live in, bro. That's what time we live in. I just listen, but I know how to get my point across. That's how you know I'm a street dude. I got my point across right there in front of everybody. And then she still stood side by side with me in the store. I was so disgusted with her, I didn't even want to stand next to her. See, you get blinded by these women's vagina, and I don't. I don't care nothing about it. And I ain't crazy. It's just I'm a real authority. A king don't get blinded by vagina. You fall off from vagina. I don't. I don't care nothing about it. See, that's why you in the shape you in right now. Chasing these women and this scared, and you know, these women pulling you into all these situations. Bowing down to all these women. I don't bow down to nobody that I don't respect. This is why I can go anywhere I want to go, man. Listen, and then that it was nighttime after that. If anybody wanted to smoke, they could have did something. That's what I'm saying. And that's in California. Me handling myself like that in California. Me ain't standing right there watching. They could have said something. Ain't nobody gonna say nothing. Cause they seen it for what it was. That's what I'm saying. If you see me check a woman and I'm right, you ain't gonna say nothing. California ain't gonna say nothing. California sit back and watch. Oh yeah, you gonna sit back and watch because you seen what she did, right? Okay, yeah. Talking about you can handle your own. You can't handle your man. Come on, stop playing with me, bro. You made me laugh. You still making me laugh. Can't be serious. I listen. That's how you know I ain't racist. And why I'm checking these white girls. With half of y'all trying to have sex with them. Listen, why I'm checking these white females? Why I'm checking? Listen, I don't care nothing about that. I'ma check them. That's what I'ma do. They gonna remember me by getting checked. That's how you listen. You want to bring a sexual. You want them to remember you sexually, don't you? Listen, I want to remember. I'm gonna make you better as a person. You ain't gonna be letting your dog walk all around real niggas all like that, no. Cause it could be another nigga that don't care. Kick your dog off of him and everything. What you gonna say? You can't get mad. What if somebody's allergic to dogs, you dummy? Stupid, man. How are you to say why? I don't know, man. That's why I always survive. That's why I always survive, because I know how to carry myself, man. How you know a person ain't allergic to dogs? And you acting like this person, you assuming this person is scared of your dog, and this person might be allergic to dogs. It's not possible? It is possible. That person shouldn't even have to tell you. If they tell you to move your dog, they shouldn't have to tell you why. Now you're scared of my dog. Well, you're forming my opinion of the situation. You're telling me what I'm feeling. That's how I'm taking it. You're telling me why I'm asking you to move the dog. Because I'm scared of the dog. Come on, man. Oh, man. I mean, and what's so funny is, man, the funniest part is people be dead serious and are still a joke to me. Because if I get as serious as you trying to be, listen, buddy, you won't be able to handle that. That woman wouldn't have been able. If I would have turned up with her, man, listen, that's why I told her, I said, listen, this is how you know I don't go toe to toe with females. Because I know you can't handle your own as a female. You're going to go get somebody else. You're going to go get on the phone and call some dude, right? That's all you're going to do. It ain't gonna be me and you one-on-one, mano-a-mano. It's not. So why waste my time? When you're gonna take all kind of jabs at me, but I can't do the same thing with you. I can't be 100 with you. That's how you know I'm a real man, because listen, I'm only gonna talk to who I can be 100, totally 100 with. I check you, I'll check you, but other than that, man, nah. I can't be 100 with you all the way, everything, and crush you like I'm supposed to. Then why I'm gonna play with it? And then you can do whatever you want to do and say whatever you want to say. Nah. Cause then if I strike back, I'm a jerk. So then I shouldn't be conflicting with this person, right? Right. That's what I'm saying. And she shouldn't be conflicting with me. Yeah, that's my logic, buddy. It ain't being sexist. It's being real. Cause soon as I turn up, then I'm the jerk. I took it too far. Well, what you mean? What you mean I took it too far? I took it to my level. How about that? Yeah, that's real. That's real, bruh. That's real. But do I go around challenging women? Come on, man. Man, what kind of dude would I be, man? You think I'm smart as I am, I'm gonna walk around just challenging women for no reason? No. No, bro, no. No. People play games and people put themselves in a position and then act like a victim. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that part. That part. So anyway, man, that's a little story I wanted to tell y'all about. Now, like I said, man, listen, you need to see how a man of God check people. I mean, I would love to see it, because it would be refreshing to me, because I'm going to relate. I'm going to relate to it. All these lames and all this stuff playing around and all of that. Yeah, I'm gonna get something from it. Listen, it's going to encourage me. Yes, sir. It's going to encourage me. It's going to encourage me. He talking about how he check people. I said, yeah. That's real. I ain't asking nobody to bow down to me. See, that's the difference. You ain't gonna never hear me you ain't gonna never hear me in an argument or watch my videos and I say, yeah, bow down, suckers, bow down. You ain't gonna never hear me act like that. Nah. Half the time you see the position I'm playing. I'm not asking nobody to bow down. I'm checking people for the mistakes they made. That's what it is. And that's why nobody can't say nothing. You ain't gonna say nothing. Now, just this bow down attitude, I don't walk around like that. You know what I'm saying? I stay down to earth. I'm from the South. I stay down to earth. I don't walk around like I'm big as life and all these people, you know what I'm saying? People playing themselves out here acting bigger than life and everything and get smashed, you know? Get smashed out here trying to be bigger than life. Now, with all my reputation, you don't see me doing that. I could have been like pimped out this, you know what I'm saying, this reputation that they put on my name, right? But I ain't do that. You know what I'm saying? I ain't take advantage of that. But I'm smart enough that I know I could have. I could have got out here networking and everything and milked that all this stuff they talking about and all this reputation and everything. I didn't do that. You know what I'm saying? I stayed down to earth and everything and see it, but I'm smart enough to have done it. But that's not how I'm living. That's not how I'm living anymore. See, people thought, because they seen me out there a little bit when I was drinking and everything, they thought I was all the way in to the world. You know what I'm saying? But I was still a Christian. You know what I'm saying? I was still spiritual. I'm still a spiritual person. I'm still highly intellectual. I always was. So for me, I learned, and I'm not telling you to be excessive with drinking, but I've learned, I'm just showing you what I see. There are people that smoke weed and there's people that drink, right? What I think is, and this is not labeling anybody based on this, smart people drink. Because if you smoke weed and you smart, you're going to be in your head, right? You're going to be more in your head. You know, it's going to spike your mind. When you're smart and you drink, it's going to dull your mind down. You're already smart. You're already intellectual. It's going to dull your mind down, and you're going to be out of your head more. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I feel like smart people wind up drinking as opposed to smoking weed. But my point is, when they see me out there drinking and everything, when they see me out there, they assume that I was just all in the world. They just assumed that I was all back in the community or whatever. I don't know. Or I was on a low level of thinking or whatever. But really, I was just a smart man having drinks. That's all it was. I was just a smart man having drinks. That's basically what it was. So that's really what it was. You know, when you're smart, you drink, it dulls your mind down. You know what I'm saying? You can just relax and chill. And people don't realize that's what smart people do. They're gonna be, instead of doing these hyped up drugs. See, that's a person that really don't think. They're gonna feel more alive and thinking like me. I already do that as a smart person. You know, I'm charismatic. You know, I got personality, spunk, flair, flavor. I'm gonna have all of that without drugs. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm a smart person. I'm a charismatic person. So for me, drinking is gonna lay me back. I'm gonna be laid back. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be more chill. You know what I'm saying? So that's basically what it is, man. So for me, you know, um, you know, that was my thing that I did. But they see me out there or whatever, and they just assume, that I was I don't know. But I was out there just enjoying a couple drinks with my head low. You know what I'm saying? And people might take it out of context, but that was my little vice, drinking, because it'll just it'll just dull your mind down. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm not telling you to do that. I'm not telling you to do it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not telling you to go out here and drink the world away. But the Bible does give room for drinking. See, I've grown as a person. So for me, I'm not gonna be out here, you know what I'm saying? Because if I had a problem with alcohol, I'm gonna tell you, you can't have a drop. But it's in the Bible. It's in the Bible. You can't deny it. It's in the Bible. Okay, so if it's in the Bible, I gotta go with what the Bible says. Now I'm gonna use wisdom. If you're an alcoholic, you're a raging alcoholic, and it makes you drink. You know what I'm saying? And it makes you run and go out and go crazy. Then drinking is not for you. That's obvious. But if you're a person that can have some dinner wine and drink some red wine and have a steak and you know what I'm saying, and you just relax, how I'm gonna tell you that's wrong when it's in the Bible? Okay, so that's just that. You know what I'm saying? So, but you gotta use wisdom and say, okay, for him, this guy over here, he was an alcoholic. He's gonna get triggered if he even gets a little bit of table wine. But this other guy wasn't really his vice growing up. Like me, it wasn't really my vice. So for me, I could easily just drink wine or quit or don't drink wine. You know what I'm saying? Or like right now, I haven't had any alcohol in like 6 months. So I don't have a problem with it. You know what I'm saying? So see, I could do it even though you might have mishaps, which with alcohol is tricky. You could overdose, drink too much, and it makes it look like it's worse than what it really is. You know what I'm saying? And it'll look like you got a problem and you don't. I proved I don't got a problem with alcohol because I haven't drank in like 6 months. Okay? So for me, I could drink. Now the next guy that is an alcoholic, he can't do it. So, it's just all in understanding this, man. You know what I'm saying? So, because who am I to limit you? Because I can't handle alcohol, but I tell you, you can't have a little table wine as a Christian with your steak or whatever. You can't have a little Merlot, a little red wine with your steak. You know what I'm saying? And it's not a problem for you. You know what I'm saying? You might not even finish the whole bottle. You might have a couple glasses and that's it. Another person, that's a trigger. You know what I'm saying? They want to go get another bottle from the store. All right, listen. Some people drink that one bottle. Oh, I'm gonna go get another bottle. I know how it is. I know how it is, man. But you know what I'm saying? But you gotta know yourself, man. You gotta know yourself. That's one of the first rules in life is know yourself. Like me, I knew I could quit drinking. I knew I could quit doing all the stuff I was doing. Nothing controls me. I can quit smoking. I can quit drinking. I ain't smoking no more. I ain't smoking no weed. I ain't smoking no cigarettes. Cigarettes is the hardest thing to quit. I ain't smoked in almost 2 years. 2 more months will be 10 more weeks will be 10 years. 2 years that I haven't smoked. Right. Okay. So. Yeah, I haven't smoked, and I don't have any cravings. I don't have no desire to do it. I don't want to do it. I don't care about doing it. I just never was controlled. Some people are controlled. and they gotta have other people. They gotta have other people um, help them to stop drinking or to stop smoking. I don't have to have that. I don't have to have anybody to stop me from stop drinking and stop smoking. You know what I'm saying? So that's just how it is. Now some people, they gotta have people. They just so pathetic. They gotta have people help them. They're pathetically, and I'm just putting be 100. Their drinking is pathetic. It's on a pathetic level. So they gotta have treatment and everything like that and everything. Me, I give God the praise. I haven't drank in 6 months, and I'm gonna go a whole year. I'm gonna go a whole year without it because actually this month will be 7 months. Yeah, July, August, September, October, November. Yeah, 7 months this month. I want to prove, man, that I want to prove that I want to give God alcohol for a whole year. I promised God that 2 years ago. Okay, 2 years ago. So now I'm doing that. So it's also for spiritual warfare, man. The war is on, bro. The war is on. You see, we got him. We caught him. You see how quiet that is? That's people sitting back waiting for you to fail. The war is on, bro. I'm ready to kill and I'm ready to do whatever I gotta do. You know what I'm saying? Like a soldier. I'm not playing any games. Because me, I don't have any charges on my record. Which means I can take a nice charge. I can take a nice juicy charge. I don't have any charges. So for anybody that want to play games, bro, listen, step up to the plate. I'll give you everything you need, buddy. I'll give you a nice fat platter for your money. I ain't playing no games with you. Yeah, we enemies. Me and Freemasons are enemies. You ain't gonna make yourself listen. Me and you are enemies, and you know why. Okay? You sitting back watching. I'm not your lame to play. I listen, bro. Don't trigger me, man. I'm gonna tell you right now. Because I don't care nothing about these people no more that you call Americans. I don't care nothing about them. I'm on the other side, buddy. The other side where many black people have always been this whole time. I don't care nothing about no Freemason. I don't care nothing about no secret societies. I'll take your life without thinking about it. It won't even hurt me at all. Yeah, it won't hurt me at all, especially at this point. I could care less about your life, your family, and anything. I'm telling you how it is. You got me messed up with Walt Disney, little buddy. You ain't gonna ever fade me. As soon as you think you do with your little cartoon community, listen, the way you present it as a cartoon, it's not gonna happen. I'm gonna always be guarded according to all the games you play. I'm gonna be guarded according to the war. That's not impurity. But I don't have that to answer to you. I don't answer to you. But I know myself. Okay, so I'm not, listen, you are a lame nigga as a community. I'm telling you right now, you a lame nigga. Okay, and I don't care how much that culture you got. I'm in the jungle. I'm out here. You understand me? I've been around killers. I got the mentality. I got what I need out here in the field. I send kites to the prison house. I just did it. Okay, you don't gotta doubt me. Listen, you don't gotta believe. I'm telling you, I done been around enough of this stuff. Okay? Okay? White boys gonna be white boys. And if you black, you might be a white boy with them. Maybe that's what it is. But I know what I know. I know white boys and I know black boys. You're a white boy. And as long as you got that mentality where you think you can play with me, white boy, listen, I'm going to be right here waiting for you to jump. I'm going to be right here waiting. And when I need to come out there, when I need to take care of my business, I'm going to be out there, buddy, every single time. See, you thought you had me in a position you didn't have me in. It's a war, bro. It's a war. It's a war. We got Maduro in the borough. It's on and popping, man. We hate America. A lot of these Latinos hate America and everything. I'm just showing you what caused all of this to happen. So just in case, okay, let me tell you, if you're a simple-minded person, if you don't understand what's If you see me having a good day and I'm laughing or whatever, don't ever think, first of all, number one, don't take that for granted. Number two, that doesn't mean I'm cool with these people around here. I'm still, listen, you must be a simple-minded person. Just because I'm having a good day, I'm cool with these people? I'm not cool with nobody. I'm not cool with America. I'm with Russia. I'm with China. I already chose my alliance for World War III. I'm not with these folks. Okay? I do this for God's people. I do this for those who are likeness of mine like me. Right? That's who I do it for. Okay? So, if you ain't willing to die for this, you playing with the wrong man. Okay, that's all I'm saying to you. That's how we gonna get the lame niggas out the way. Because if you ain't willing to die for this, buddy, you playing the wrong game with the wrong nigga, buddy. That's all I'm saying to you. You can act like you tough, but your country is in trouble. Okay? These illegal migrants. What caused all of this to be what it is because of George Bush. That's who caused it. The last one. The last George Bush. Okay? Listen, I'm not here for you. I'm here for God's people. I'm here for the real. I already done smoked your community. They can't talk about children. You can't talk about nothing. So I'm trying to understand what you think you're doing with me. Because you definitely ain't got no seniority over me, bro. You definitely ain't got, I don't know what you think, but you ain't got nothing over me. You ain't good enough. You ain't great enough. You married children in your country. You're not ever great enough to challenge me or what I think about or what I do or any level. Okay? So the only thing done is you. You're too stupid to see it because you walk on, listen, you high on white supremacy, ain't you? Where you can play with a black man. That's okay. You playing with Maduro, it's the same thing. What's the difference? You playing with me and they playing with Maduro. What's the difference? It's white supremacy. That's all it is. That's all it is. That's why that's why it's so fitting that he's here, because we dealing with the same thing. And we're going to come out of this, man. We're going to, listen, basically, we are becoming a full global community against the Americans. That's what's going to happen. We're going to be a full global community against these peoples. And anybody jump out of pocket, we cutting their throat, taking their life. Straight like that. Out of self-defense. So if you think I'm waking up on cartoon time, buddy, listen, I'm on point every time I get out of my bed, bro. That's real. I got it on me now. Right now. And see, when you ready, you ain't gotta get ready. I keep it on me, bro. I keep something to take care of somebody. You think it's a game. See, black people only scared of guns and they lose their lives to other things. That's what's funny to me. You get hit in the head with a pipe and you thought you was only scared of a gun. You got hit in the head with a pipe and died from internal bleeding on the brain. An assassin would kill you with anything. He'd kill you with a pipe. A lead pipe hit you in the head one time, you're gonna die. Boom. What you gonna do? He ain't gonna think the pipe mean nothing. The pipe don't mean nothing to him. He ain't scared of the pipe. Hit him in the head one time, he gonna feel, you're gonna be scared for your life. You're gonna be scared for your life. You get hit in the head with the pipe one time. You can't see me, buddy. You can't see me. Hip-hop, rap can't see me. Ain't nobody in them lanes can see me. Because ain't none of them can do what we doing. That's why right now, listen, bro, don't compare me to no rappers. Please, man, please. Don't force my hand to break down what a rapper is and what a rapper is not. Okay, because I'm the only one doing this. Okay? So all you do is show how ignorant and stereotypical you are when you compare me to rappers. I mean, that's the worst move you can make. When you listen to a prophet to compare me to some rappers, it's not gonna work, buddy. You're a retarded community. I told you that. These secret society mind readers, all you are. These mind readers, all you are is a psychic community. I know that. And you're not going to find me ever thinking about children in an inappropriate way. I know that too. Okay, so what happens is you don't realize you're dealing with somebody who has a higher IQ than you, and you found it to be a game, and now your community is in the point of no return. It's in the point of no return. It's not funny no more, is it? That's right, buddy. Because at the end of the day, we looking at you like the lamest niggas alive playing around a black man. That's it. That's it. I don't care nothing about no groups. I'm looking at it like you playing with a black man, you the lamest niggas alive, and that's all there is to it. And you can't come back from it. I don't care what you do. I don't care now. It's too late. Somebody from North Carolina and you ain't had nothing on them. All you can do is play psychological games. That's what white people gonna do. That's what white people gonna do. Play around, playing with games of torture. That's white folks. I'ma just put you out your misery. That's what I'ma do. That's what I'm doing right now. You don't know no better. That's what I'm doing. Every day I wake up and I get on these videos, bro. Listen, it's all over for you. You're a retarded community. I already showed you that. Okay? Whatever you made, whatever you felt, how you could play with me, I don't care. I don't care what your sexuality is, man. I don't care about that. Okay? Because just like you upset, I'm on a whole nother level of anger, buddy. That you don't want to listen. You don't want to play with it. You don't want to play with it, because once it gets started, I'm not gonna stop when you want me to, and that's the difference. You're gonna be talking like the rest of these black folks. Calm down. That's what they always say when I get started. Yeah, you're gonna be telling me to calm down. I'm nothing to play with, bro. And listen, I'm not asking nobody to bow down. I've been around the most dangerous kind of men you can imagine. I've been around a man on death row. That's danger. Somebody on death row, that's not an everyday felon. Yeah, go tell the police I've been around somebody on death row, buddy, and tell them that you walking around playing around my door and playing around me. You a lame nigga, man. You can't play with me like that, bro. I'm too dangerous, and I know I'm dangerous. I don't have no problem with it because it fits right into this community and that we live in right now. I don't have any problem with being this way. It's a logical response to the community that I live in. That's how I see it. It's depending on who you talk to. That's like I like to say, depending on who you talk to, bro. But like I said, man, listen. I don't deal with lames. They don't get no, like, the white boy put you in this situation, but you wasn't able to deliver. You wasn't able to deliver yourself. You wasn't able to deliver the goods. You got put in this situation. You put me in this situation over and over again. Where you think you can see me, bro. You think you can see me, right? And I'm too dangerous for that. All you did was mess up your whole community. That's all you did. Now you're irrelevant in 2026. And this is how God did it. He made them irrelevant by all the stuff that's happening in this community. He made you irrelevant by greater stuff happening in this community. I'm not your friend. I'm not your friend. I'm not your friend. I want you to get that in your head. I am not your friend. Okay, so whatever how you are, maybe you're a social butterfly or something like that. I am not a social butterfly. I don't care about you. I don't want to know you. I don't care about you. Okay, I'm at war. It's that simple. Okay, I'm at war. I'm not crashing out. They gonna crash out. I'm at war, buddy. It's another day for me. It's just like a dude in the hood gonna tell you, it's another day for me. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Hey, that's all it is. You play with me, this is a black man going off, and it ain't nothing you can do. I'm too convinced of what I'm dealing with. I'm too convinced of what these people are, and I don't care nothing about them. Okay, smart as I am, you should already know I don't care nothing about them. Okay, that's that simple. Like I said, if you want some, come get you some. Anybody that want it. Anybody that think I'm playing. Because you already know Jesus Christ is here, bro. Now, it's over. It's over. I'm glad it's over, too. I'm glad this is the end of this community. I'm glad. I'm glad. We tired of these lame niggas sitting around thinking they hard. But you listen, you a slave. All you doing is waiting for the government to do what they do to you. What else you gonna do? You can't fight back. The National Guard gonna shut that down quick. Any guns you got, anything, that's gonna be shut down by the National Guard. Easy, just like that. All that for nothing. All them guns for nothing. You ain't gonna have a standing chance against no National Guard. Not at all. That's why people always came to the man of God, because that's where the real protection. I got the real protection. That's why all this is happening to this community, because of me. And it's a spiritual protection that goes with the people like me, like Moses, you know. And we have power to overcome the whole community, but you gotta respect us. You can't be up under me not respecting me. It don't work like that, buddy. It don't work like that at all. See, God even demands that. Now, these people here in America will let you treat a Christian like a slave, like they supposed to just take it. But it's an extreme when you look in the Bible, because I see my God defending people. I see him defending his people. It's not always persecution, and you're supposed to always take something from somebody all the time. But see, if you come up in this community, you're halfway used to it. You're halfway used to people taking stuff off these white folks and taking stuff off these black people even. Both of them. Until you see somebody say, I ain't taking nothing off nobody. I'm not taking anything off anybody. Yeah, I don't care if you're black, so what? You better be willing to die for it. If you come for me, you ain't willing to die for it. Listen, buddy, you playing the wrong game with the wrong man. It's that simple. You can feel what you want to feel. I don't care nothing about it. I reduce it down to clown games. You know what I'm saying? I can confront anything you talking about, and you can tell me anything as long as you can prove it. If you can't prove it in the context that you're talking about, then I deserve your life. You deserve to die. And that's it. And that's that. I'm not going to play with it. I'm not going to play a game about it. You know what I'm saying? You deserve to die. That's that. I don't care about, listen, if you don't play by our rules, we don't care about your rules. Our rules are the real world where y'all marrying children. Freemasons can say they wasn't a part of it, but you were sitting right here ignorant of it. And so you're guilty by ignorance. You're guilty by ignorance. Illuminati is guilty by ignorance. Ignorance will get you killed. When you came out here playing with somebody else, but your country was marrying children, that ignorance will get you killed. Don't understand? Because you're retarded. That's why. Well, it wasn't us, but you're dead by ignorance. Because you operated in the country that was marrying children. That means you can't do nothing. Ain't nobody gonna be able to digest you playing with me and this country's marrying children. No. It don't matter what you're talking about. Ain't nobody gonna digest you playing with me and your country in West Virginia. They can have sex with animals in West Virginia. West Virginia allows sex with animals. Right now, today. Listen, buddy, you're dead because of ignorance. Your country is doing the same thing that you accuse everybody else of, which is to me a form of white supremacy. Okay? Okay, that's that. That's that, sucker. It's that. What? It's not reality to you because you're a retarded person. You think I'm one of you? I'm not. You're retarded. Your mom should have kept you in the house. She should have kept you in the house. You're retarded. You should have stayed in the house. Lame nigga. You didn't even know your own country. You didn't even know America. Lame nigga. You ain't mean, you ain't eye to eye. No. You a lame, incompetent nigga. Okay? If you were so intelligent and smart and competent, then you would have knew your country was marrying children like the prophet. I'm the one that know. You don't know. So how you gonna be higher than me? Make it make sense, bruh. You're talking about children. That's what you came out here. Freemasons came out here talking about. But they supposed to be intelligent, enlightened, and all of this, whatever they are. But you didn't know about child marriage. You lose, buddy. Simple as that. You supposed to know your country. Not me. You. Didn't you use all these Americans? You used all these Americans, didn't you? Yes, you used all these Americans. Aren't they in the same country where they marrying children at? Well, how they gonna stand up? How they gonna do something? No, we're gonna put everything in proper perspective. It's not deception. It's bringing it all back to proper perspective, where you can't talk about nothing. You can't judge me at all. You know, you don't understand my purpose? To sit you down, sucker. That's my purpose. You ain't got no reason to be standing up in no country that's marrying children, sucker. Okay? Anybody misunderstand? Am I saying anything that sounds like deception? Where's the deception? Where's the deception? There is no deception. It's self-explanatory. It's simple as you marrying children in America. Pretty sure you can figure the rest out. Okay? You can figure the rest out, right? Okay. Okay, that's that. And then I'm not taking a fan base that was against me after that. That's the clown in you. You think I'm taking a fan base after this. I'm not. Okay, it's over. It's over. I'm just educating God's people. I'm just informing God's people of what's going on. Other than that, it's over between me and you, bro. I won. Checkmate. Checkmate, sucker. Marrying children, checkmate. Dog sex in West Virginia, checkmate. Well, you was talking about bestiality, insinuating bestiality, wasn't you? Okay, well then, what are you doing in West Virginia? What is West Virginia doing? What is West Virginia doing? What is West Virginia doing? West Virginia having sex with dogs, ain't they? West Virginia, go look up West Virginia. They can have sex with animals in West Virginia. What else you want to talk about, sucker? Anything else? Anything else? I didn't think so, sucker. That's how it's done. That's how competency, you see how competency feels. Like, yeah, that's right and it's real. That's competency. Something your woman is missing. She don't know what it feels like to have competency, does she? All these things. Your woman don't even know what it feels like to be with a competent man, does she? Listen, man, let me tell you something, buddy. Let me tell you something. Listen, that's how competency is done by a black man, buddy. It ain't no additive to it. You know we competent as it is anyway, don't you? Okay, so then you knew when I was gonna start studying politics and laws and seeing what you was doing, you should have knew I was gonna win right then. You probably knew it. You probably knew it. If a black man was gonna start studying these laws, he was gonna win. Because I'm gonna have black man reasoning. Black man reasoning is you marry these children. Listen, buddy, you can't come out here talking about nothing about no children. Point blank, period, sucker. I'll tell your president that to his face. He can't say nothing about no children. What he gonna say? Donald Trump was in the White House when you passed child marriage laws. Donald Trump was in the White House. He was in the White House. So why he ain't saying nothing about child marriage? He doing everything else, but he ain't doing nothing about child marriage laws, is he? Well, explain why he ain't saying nothing about it or working on it. Why can't he talk about working on it? Huh? You can't explain it. You can't explain why he didn't say anything about it yet, have you? Can you? He's talking about everything else. Why hasn't Trump talked about child marriage laws? It's just an educated observation. Why he hasn't said anything about it? Why Trump ain't said nothing about child marriage in America? You want to do it? Okay, let's do it. Why Trump ain't saying nothing about child marriage laws? Huh? Man, come on, you a joke, man. You and your president is a joke. Trump is a joke. Trump ain't saying nothing about child marriage laws. Why ain't saying nothing about it? Why can't he talk about it? Because then he gonna make everybody go look and see everything that's happening. That's why he don't want to do it. He's not man enough for you to find out the whole truth. For when you go and the whole country go look and see what happened. He don't. That's the reason why he ain't got enough manhood for you to do that, and for him to stand back and let you do it, and let the cards fall as they may. He's not built like that. That's why I don't care what they do. They're not built like that. They the type of community that's gonna sit back and try to save face. That's why we're going to war with them. That's why all this stuff is happening. See, the Bible says this: the heart of the king in waters, and I'm paraphrasing, is the same. Right? It's gonna make sense. Basically, God can move the heart of man, the king, to whatever he wants him to do to serve his purpose, like the waterways. The water goes wherever it wants to go, like, you know what I mean, right? God can make and turn the heart of Trump to do stuff and he don't even know why he's doing it. You don't believe that, do you? Because it's working out for us. Because now all you've done is made the whole world turn against America. That's all you done. How is that not working out for us? That's why I'm happy about it. I'm doing good this morning. Just in case you thought I was crashing out, I'm great. I just got to get these butthurt lames out of my way. And I'm very zealous about doing that. But personally, I'm doing great because Trump done put y'all in a bad situation, buddy. Don't y'all got Maduro right here with his wife? That's a problem. That's a problem, buddy. That's why I suggest these lames sit down somewhere. Sucker, you're a bum. With a big B, a bum. You're a bum, buddy. Put a B on there, a bum. I can be in a homeless, sick circumstance, but you a bum. It's one thing to be a homeless man. It's one thing to be a bum. Oh, ask somebody on the streets. They know the difference. Oh, you could be in a homeless circumstance, but you're not a bum. So it's not based on poverty. My definition is based on the condition of your heart. You're a bum. You got rich bums. So you think it's an oxymoron, but it's not. You got rich bums. A lot of money, bum. That's my definition. You a bum, buddy. I know that. Okay? I'm talking about something way more important than you. And you shouldn't even be talking in the presence of greatness, buddy. You shouldn't even be saying nothing. That's what I'm saying. You shouldn't be saying not one word. Okay? I don't think you don't understand this, do you? You don't understand that it don't mean anything anyway. Right? You don't understand that. Right? That shows your level of understanding. Because you ain't gonna ever get on top of me. You ain't gonna ever get no points on me that anybody cares about. Ain't nothing gonna ever happen. We ain't gonna play by your rules, and you don't play by the rules that we live in the real world where your country is marrying children. So you think psychological games, we gonna care about it? No, we not. Somebody can come my way and thinking I lost, and I'm gonna have my weapons and do whatever I gotta do. You know, it's that simple. That's what it's at. I don't care nothing about what nobody's saying. I know where my head is at. You got the problem with children. I don't, buddy. Yeah, and I can prove that you got the problem with children. You know how I can prove it? You got 34 states of child marriage in America. You're marrying children. Okay, that's you're pathetic as a whole country. I'm so glad I felt the pleasure of knowing that you've been marrying children while playing with a prophet about his sexuality. But we find out you marrying children. I am so glad. I am in one of the most beautiful times and seasons. I'm one of the most beautiful seasons of my life, buddy. I'm in one of the most beautiful seasons in my life. With you marrying children, out here playing in the field, the real field. Not that AstroTurf. You in the real field, buddy. You on the real field. Out here marrying children as a community, buddy. Listen, buddy, you pathetic, man. You know you're pathetic. You're pathetic. You're pathetic. Well, just when we thought America could do no more. Listen, I don't care nothing about no military. Military can't do nothing. What military gonna do? They can't stop the child marriage. Can they stop the child marriage? Can they stop the child marriage laws? Can military stop it? So don't matter how much talent they got, what they gonna do with the child marriage laws? What they gonna do with the child marriage laws? Huh? So when it comes to that, they don't win, do they? Military don't win, do they? Listen, man. You listen. Come on, man. You thought it was fabricated, buddy. I'm here. God's kingdom. It's not playing no games. We here, buddy. We here. You can't even, what military gonna do? What the police gonna do? Who can come my way? Who? Okay? That's what a real ruler gonna tell you. Who? Who you got? Jay-Z didn't tell you nothing about no child marriage. Jay-Z ain't said nothing. Jay-Z ain't said one word about no child marriage laws. What he gonna do? What he gonna say? He ain't say nothing about it. Okay, he's supposed to be cultured and educated. Why he ain't say nothing about it? He been all around the country. Why he ain't say nothing about it? That's supposed to be your leader. Okay, well then, listen, I have the right to challenge a leader. Everybody acting like that's the leader. Okay, so why he ain't say nothing about it? That's a legitimate question. Why didn't Jay-Z say nothing about it? Come on, stop playing, bro. Listen, man, stop playing with me, bro. A ruler. I am the ruler. The real ruler. Okay? Donald Trump didn't even say nothing about this. This is the difference between God's kingdom and everything else y'all doing. And I came and listen, you what? You mad at me? It's the truth. You can't show me one person in your community. You pick them. Pick your best. Pick your best and bring them my way. I guarantee you they ain't know nothing about y'all marrying children, having sex with them children. Show me. Pick your best. I challenge you to pick whoever it is. Michael Jordan. Jordan didn't know nothing about this. Jordan making all them shoes and making all them shirts. Making shoes and shirts, didn't know. Jordan making shoes and shirts. He ain't know nothing about child marriage, did he? He ain't saying nothing about it. Somebody like him, now you see what I'm saying? Somebody like him supposed to know. Why not? He's here in America, he's cultured, why he don't know? Why Jordan don't know? Explain? Can you explain? You can't, can you? That's all I'm saying, bro. That's all I'm saying. Now you see why I'm saying, now you see why why I feel it's not fabricated. You can't show me none of these people y'all respect that knew anything about this. This show you how much the slave plantation really is in our country, where you don't even know what the master is doing. Why how come you ain't know? All these historians, all these pro-black leaders, none of them. Malcolm X didn't know. Al Sharpton, he didn't say nothing, did he? Did Al Sharpton say something about it? No, he did not. Did he say something about y'all marrying children in America? No, he did not. Who else? Jesse Jackson. Jesse Jackson say something about it? No, I mean, y'all talking about pedophiles, right? Okay, well, why Jesse Jackson didn't say nothing about no child marriage? Huh? Why ain't say nothing about it? See, the truth is, all these black folks gotta fall in order for America to fall too. It's so sad, ain't it? All of y'all gotta fall with them. I hate to say it. Because you didn't choose your side. You chose to go with them. You chose to feel you could kind of work things out. No, you can't. You can't work things out. You got Maduro right here in the borough. You can't work nothing out. So guess what? You succumb to your wounds over here with America. All right, so listen, that's what it is, bro. That's what it is, man. You should know. You should have knew a street dude was coming that was gonna get into the politics. You should have knew my generation. It was long overdue. Tupac was almost there. He was almost there. You should have knew somebody with the street mentality was gonna get up in these levels right here, buddy. And we was gonna be 100. I'm gonna be right here. I ain't scared to die about it. I'm gonna be right here. You should have knew my generation was coming. And I'm here. I'm here. Okay? You can't show me one person in your bum community that talked about y'all marrying a child. Marrying a child now. You want me to tell you something, buddy? Let me tell you something. Not one day in my life have I ever thought about marrying no child. You know who thought about it? You, as Americans. You thought about it. You know how I know that? You got child marriage laws. I'm not assuming what I know or what I think I know. You're marrying children. You can't get past that, buddy. That's a 12 gauge to the chest. That's a 12 gauge to the chest. Boom. You ain't getting past that one, buddy. Not a 12 gauge to the chest. That's over. That's over, little buddy. You ain't gonna make it. Man, how you gonna explain marrying children in America? Y'all made new child marriage laws while Donald Trump was the president the first time. That's the last time you made them. How you gonna explain that in the modern day time? How you gonna explain doing that now? You lose, buddy. I'm sorry to tell you. Among real senseis, you lose. Now you see the clown that you are. You can't do nothing else. There's no other moves to make. You can't make no other moves. There's no Jedi mind tricks left. If it was a video game, no more Jedi mind tricks left, buddy. Ain't nothing else you can do. Ain't nothing else you can do, buddy. Among real men, it's unforgivable. For you to come out here like John Wayne about these children, but we find out halfway through the whole situation, you marrying children. You think they worried about what's on my mind? You think the community is worried about what I'm thinking about? That's retarded. They worried about you marrying these children. Right here in America. That's what I'm talking about, buddy. Nah. Nah, buddy. You can't come back from that. I came back from everything you said I couldn't come back from, but you can't come back from that, little buddy. You can't marry children in our country and then talk about no pedophiles. I'm sorry to tell you, buddy. That's over for you. It's over. God gonna make it over. You don't think God see it my way? Huh? You don't think God sees it my way? I'm saying it boldly like I'm supposed to. You don't think God see it my way? Of course he do. Sitting up here marrying children talking about some pedophiles. You can't. You a joke. Your country's a joke. America's a joke. And I don't care what Trump does. I don't care how he try to manipulate to make y'all look tough. You ain't tough as getting rid of this child marriage. You only tough as marrying children. You still marrying children. You still marrying children. Ain't you still marrying children? That's why I hate you. That's why I hate you. I hate you real good, buddy. I really do hate you. You sit up and played all these games, and you know why I hate you? Because you played all these games, and then we find out you marrying children. That's why I hate you. Yeah, I hate somebody like that, buddy. Yeah, I do. So, and also I hate those who don't admit what you're doing. Oh, I hate you all the way. You know they marrying children, don't you? I hate you, buddy. I don't care. Go tell. Who you gonna tell? Who I supposed to be scared of to get a whooping? Huh? I'm a grown man. Who you gonna tell? See, you didn't realize you was dealing with another one, another Malcolm X, another type of person like that. That's what it is. That's why you ain't gonna be able to stay. Listen, you don't gotta give it to me. I don't care. I don't care. I know what I'm talking about. I know what I'm talking about, buddy. It's the same energy, and it's the same adversaries and opponents. It's the same thing. Only this time, we don't die this time. No, we're not gonna die this time. That's what God has made his mind up to do. Nope. Because you've taken too many people from this country, whether it's these niggas or these crackers, both of you done took people from this country that was better than you. And we always missing them. I don't care if it's Pac, it's Malcolm X, we don't never recover. We never recover when we lose. You can't give me another one. You can't show me how you're so great and when you can't replace these people. Why you ain't replace Malcolm X? Why you ain't replace Tupac? You ain't replaced Tupac yet. You ain't replaced Malcolm X yet. Well, so what you got going on? What you got going on? You ain't replaced nobody. Huh? And God said no this time. You know what's going to happen? You going to die. You going to die this time. God has made the decision. Not me. God made the decision. You can clearly see it. I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. All these people going to be turned against you. All these people going to turn on you. All the people in Latin America, if they knew what you was doing, they would want you dead right now. Shot in the head with a .357. Okay? I know what you're doing, though. And listen, you ain't got me dumb down. What you think, you got me crazy? I'm not crazy. Oh, you thought you had me out of touch or whatever like that? Nah, that ain't working, buddy. You know better than that. You already know. Listen, man, listen. You know I ain't. You know you ain't got me dumbed down or nothing. I'm in my right mind, buddy, and I know the difference between my thoughts and your thoughts. Now, I listen. I dare somebody come challenge what I'm thinking. Okay, speak for yourself. I speak for myself. Come, show me somebody hard enough to come challenge what I'm thinking, and define what I'm thinking. That's how you shut that down, buddy. Listen, come challenge what I'm thinking. Come on over here. Yeah, that's how you gotta be. That's real. And you marrying children, that's what I'm talking about. Marrying children now. That's what I'm saying, bro. Wow. Pathetic, bro. Now, let me tell you what's going to happen to you. You got all these people that's against America right now because long as President Maduro is in the borough, right? It's a problem, bro. It's a problem. It's a hell of a problem. It's a big problem going on. It's never going to be the same. You can't undo stuff like that. How I see it in the pictures that I seen, it's just how they treated black people. It's the same energy, man. Dragging him along like he a big old slave. That's what it looked like. Hunting him like he an animal. Look at the pictures they took with him. Like they got them an animal. Look at it. Look at the images. If you black, you should feel some type of way about that. Man, listen, yeah, you should feel some type of way about that, bro. I don't care if he not black. I feel some type of way about it. You know what I'm saying? Because you know, I know it's these white folks, man, that's doing it for the wrong reasons. I know it's not pure as people acting like it is. I know that they angry at these Latinos. They're angry at what happened to America. I'm gonna tell you what they mad at. They mad at all these people that done came into the country. That's what they mad at. Because I knew, and everybody knows, this country ain't gonna be the same because it's too many illegal migrants. It's too many illegal migrants here. It's not gonna be the same, bro. It's nothing we can do. They hiding. I mean, ain't nothing you can do. They already know this. You ain't gonna be able to catch all the migrants. That's ridiculous. You ain't gonna be able to catch them all. This is anger. Misplaced anger about these illegal migrant issues. Okay? That's what this is. The blowing the boats up, all the going down there and getting the president out of South America. This is all about misplaced anger about these illegal migrants. And it's full circle. This is 360 to my message. No one wants to take the blame. America don't want to take their part of the blame for y'all creating a culture where these migrants can come in here, where y'all, concerning what y'all even complaining about that's coming from Venezuela. You started the culture of that. You started the culture. How you think they got here? They just came in? How they just come in, bruh? So you sitting there letting Trump tell you, listen to how this sounds with all this considered. Listen to it differently. Trump telling you Venezuela is sending the worst criminals here and everything. How they sending them here and getting them here all the way in? They doing all of that. So Venezuela got them here, got the migrants here, and got them all the way in, got them all the way in here. They got them all the way in here. From Venezuela all the way here. They got them all the way here. That's what you got. That's what you're trying to get me to believe. Listen, buddy. The American culture, the American community has to take their blame. You have to take 50% of the blame for how they got in all the way in here. Can you explain it? How they got in here? I know they want to come here, but how did they get in here? You're insulting my intelligence. You're insulting my intelligence. How did they get in here? I know they want to come here. How did they get in here? Talk to you like you're retarded. I know they want to come here. How did they get in here? Talk to them like they crazy, stupid. How they get in here, buddy? Oh, they just came in. You see how retarded that sound, right? They just came in here. How they just come in here, bro? Explain it intelligently. How you don't got no part to blame, and this is supposed to be the greatest superpower of the whole world. But they can just come into your country and they got to take the whole blame for it. Everybody want to come here. The key part is, do they get to come here? See, the truth is, man, you don't want to acknowledge my perspective, which is George Bush told this community, your community, to let the migrants in here. That's what he said. Now, how you think that's going to be interpreted from people in Mexico? Oh, we can come there and do jobs the Americans don't want to do. They want us to come there. Yeah, it sounds a little bit funny, but that's how it was. They want us to come there. It don't sound like you want them to come there. Hold up. Let's slow down right there. That's 7 out. Listen, if you tell Mexico, come here and do the jobs, let them come here and do the jobs that Americans don't want to do, don't that sound like they want you to come here? It don't sound like you want them to come here. What does it sound like then? It sounds like you want them to come here. If I didn't know any better. So then you have to take full responsibility for the culture that you've cultivated. You've cultivated a whole culture. When you told the Mexicans and the illegal migrants, come here and do jobs that the Americans don't want to do. Come on over here. And then when generations change, which that's what comes with time, and now you got the weed smoking gangbangers that's coming from these different countries. Now you want to act like you don't know how it happened. See what I'm saying? Now it's out of control. Now it's not the people that it used to be. Now it's a new generation. Now you don't know why it happened. I'm trying to show you that these people act like they don't know how it happened. That's insulting your intelligence. How you don't know how it happened? Well, Trump gonna explain, they sending the worst ones over here. What you sending? I'm trying to understand what you mean. They're sending, okay, you can send, but how they actually get in? Buddy, listen, you gotta take your part in that, buddy. You gotta take your part in that. If that border wouldn't have been like that if you didn't allow it to be like that. I don't care what you're talking about. You insult my intelligence. Like you just don't know how they got in here. I know how they got in here. It was a whole culture. From George Bush talking about let them come over here and do jobs that the Americans don't want to do. Go look it up on AI. It tells you he was the one that reformed, that basically initiated immigration reformation. How? Letting these people come over here. The 43rd president. Go look it up. Go look it up. You see what I'm talking about? It's been going on that long, which is about what? Well over 20 years. A fresh flow of people coming in here about 20 years, buddy. Listen, that's what set the tone for a modern day exodus from all these Mexican and the Hispanic and Latino countries. That's what set the tone for it. That's what did it. That's what set the tone for it. And then when you got the gangbangers that was raping the white girl and killing the white girl, and the illegal migrants shooting the cops, now it's a problem. But you don't want to admit the position you played in the problem. That's the problem. Just like them, just like a white supremacist or American supremacist. An American supremacist is influenced by white supremacy. If you are an American supremacist, you are influenced by white supremacy, because white supremacy is in American supremacy. Oh yeah, it's in there. They wouldn't have it any other way. It's going to be some white supremacy in American supremacy where you think America is supreme to other countries. Come on, man. Listen, man. Listen. Now you see the truth. You see, you thought you was awake. You thought you was awake, didn't you? You thought you was woke. That's what they call it, right? You thought you was awake or woke, whatever. You thought you was awake, didn't you? You thought you was woke up. You thought you woke up, didn't you? You feel like you're waking up for real, don't you? They created a whole culture letting them people come in here. Okay? You see it, right? They let them come in here, and then when you got the new generations, that's the only time they had a problem. The older generations, everybody loved them. The Mexicans come here, they work, they cool, they laid back, they got good hearts, they good people, they mind their business, right? Right. Now, times change. That's just what it is. Generations get worse. It's all of us. It's the whole humanity. They're no exception. When they got worse, you act like you don't know what happened. You don't act like you don't know how they got over here. You don't know how they got over here. Come on, man, stop. Oh, that's funny, man. All that happened was let's be 100. You did not like the new generations of Hispanic and Latinos that used to work your fields, used to do the jobs that the Americans don't want to do. Now, they don't want to do those jobs. They come over here, they don't want to do no jobs like that. They want to come over here and smoke weed and gang bang and get their thug on, just like our community do. That's what it is. That's what it is. They want to come over here and chill. That's all it is. And you can see right now with Maduro in Brooklyn, the animosity is brewing every second, buddy. Long as he's in, next court date is March 17th, right? Right. March 17th. That's 2 months solid right now. He gonna be in there for 2 months from now. And now each month is becoming an eternity in America with this man in office. With Trump in office, each month is an eternity as far as what he can do and how much time he got to do it. This man gonna have 2 months while Maduro is in Brooklyn to do whatever. And he talking about running the country. Look at that. That's blatantly disrespectful, bro. You talking about you gonna run somebody else's country, and then we find out they got all the oil. How can you not think it's influenced by that? I mean, how can you not? All the oil down there, I didn't even know that. I would have thought maybe in the Middle East, if you ask me. I'm just saying. Come to find out, just coincidentally, just a coincidence. It's a coinkydink, ain't it? It's a coinkydink, ain't it? It's just a coinkydink that the biggest oil reserves is down there in Venezuela. Just sheer coincidence. Just so happens. Look how they jumping on that oil. That's all I want you to look at. Look how they jumping on that oil. That's the bottom line. Look how they jumping on that oil. That's what I want you to look at. Look how they jumping on that oil, though. Okay? Look how they jumping on that oil. Acting like pirates, taking over a country. Listen, man, how I see it, they just don't care no more. That's what it is. They just don't care. They're trying to make America literally great again, where they just on top and dominate and they install fear into the world. It's not gonna work, buddy. I'm gonna tell you why. It's not gonna work. Because see, you kind of forgot, I think you forgot that really how you've been dwarfing all these terrorist attacks is because you've gotten intelligence from different countries. So now you're not going to get that same level of intelligence, which means now when people find out information about your country, they're going to turn their heads the other way. They ain't going to tell you nothing about stuff that's going on. That's all that's going to happen. They ain't going to tell you nothing. Think about it. They ain't gonna tell, and then they hinting at Cuba and all of that. They talking about Cuba and everything. It's all these Latino communities. Why they ain't been saying nothing about Cuba? Why they didn't say nothing initially? They just throwing them in there, which means it's just like they just looking at Latino countries and just throwing them in there. Which means, look, which is it proves it supports my argument, which is it seems like they targeting Latino communities. That's just what it is, because they mad about how this country has been infested, in their idea, infested with all these situations, right? That's what it is. It's the right way to go about it. Listen, man, listen. We not worried about people saying we fake, man. Them are nobodies, okay? This is about attacking Latino countries. This is what this is about. This is about attacking Latino people. Don't doubt me. Doubt your whole government that you a slave to. Doubt the whole plantation. That's what you doubt, buddy. Doubt their authenticity. Doubt the authenticity of your leaders that got Maduro right here in Brooklyn. That's what you do, little buddy. Now, like I was saying, because these situations have become infested, for lack of a better word. Listen, man, I keep telling people, I'm not subject to your opinion. I don't care. A prophet is not going to care about your rinky-dink opinion. I don't know why they think, because when you would think that, when it's a prophet, okay, people gonna think, oh, well, we need to see if he's real. That's the next conversation. That's the next thought. That's the next movement coming, right? I don't care. Listen, you gonna wind up getting hurt playing with me. You don't think that? Listen, buddy. You don't think so? We don't care if you think. Listen, a prophet. I don't care if you think I'm real or not. I'm not hung up on that. No, I'm sensitive as I talk. I'm keeping it 100 as I talk. And that's what a prophet gonna do. Now that this situation got infested with all these illegal migrants, I'm gonna say it just like that. Anybody got a problem with that? I'm sensitive with saying it. I mean, I should be. Anybody see something fake about that? No. Okay, listen, buddy. I'm gonna tell you another thing. As a grown man, I am not worried about being fake or real. I'm a man. I don't care about being fake. You hip hop, bebop. You bebop, ain't you? Bebop and rock steady off of you bebop, ain't you? You worried about being real and fake. I don't have that insecurity. And you can't project those insecurities on me. I don't worry about being fake, buddy. See, if you listen, if you was as real as I am, listen. I don't care about you thinking I'm being fake. You must think I care. Well, for you to say it, you must think I care about it. I don't. I'ma still be talking like this and people still gonna be feeling it. I'ma still be me. I mean, come on, man. Listen, man, let me tell you something. You, to me, think just like teenagers. You think like teenagers. A grown man, I don't care about you thinking I'm fake. I don't care. It's not like, that's something like, I don't know. That's how I know I grew up. When you a kid, you 16, I mean, you care about that a little more. Me, 44 years old, you think I care about being considered fake or real? No, not even with what I'm doing. That's what makes me more real. I don't care. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna just be me. But you're real, playing around a man of God. But you supposed to be authentic. Oh, I get it. You supposed to be trying to see who I am. How's that working out for you? How's that working out for you? Come on, stop playing, bro. Like I was saying before, I was rudely interrupted. And they're mad about the Latinos, the illegal migrants infesting the community. Okay? That's how it's seen. That's how it's looked at. Okay? Whether you look at it as infesting the country or you feel however you feel, bottom line is that's how they seeing it. Do I see it that way? How I see it is, man, look, you ain't gonna be comfortable here in America if you don't if you don't do it the right way. You're gonna be on the run just like you did a crime. And if you've been a criminal, why would you want to feel like that? Why would you want to come into another country feeling like you're on the run? In a country you don't know where nothing is going on, you don't know. So even from a criminal standpoint, it's like coming here and getting on the run. Why do that? When you can just do it the right way. It don't make sense to me. Now, I mean, maybe because, they ain't gonna accept you the right way, then hey, listen, man, like I said, you still gonna feel like you're on the run. You're gonna feel like you're on the run the whole time. You might have fun along the way. I mean, but you still gonna feel like you're on the run. You ain't gonna feel totally comfortable, especially with ICE out there now. That's just my point of view. I wouldn't want to come here, nah. And then all the stuff going on now anyway, nah. I go somewhere else. I don't know. Maybe going out to Europe or something. I don't know. But not America, man. Not America, nah. You might come out better in Mexico. If you from Latin America, you come out better in Mexico, man. But here, nah. That time is gone, bro. You're gonna be on the run. You're gonna be dealing with ICE. Nah. No. But like I said, man, that's their motivation. That's why all of this is happening. As long as you think it's about drugs and all of that, man, nah, it ain't about that. Cause some people say they used that too. As long as they wanted to, they was doing that until it didn't go the way they wanted to go. It's depending on who you talk to. How the drugs get in here? How we don't know how the drugs get in here. How the migrants get in here? How the drugs get in here? How the drugs get in here? Can you explain it intelligently? Tons of drugs that you just got in. See? Another dilemma. Another unexplained mystery. Look, man. You a fool if you think these people ain't letting all this stuff happen. It's just when it don't go their way. Listen, they know how to play chess, doing one thing for more than one reason. I guarantee you, one of the reasons why they're all down there in the Caribbean and they got Maduro in Brooklyn, because they mad about all this stuff that happened with the migrants. That's what it is. It's hate. Okay? It's hate. ICE everywhere is hate. That's what it is. That's what it is. Oh, so it ain't got nothing to do with that. You already know that's a lie, don't you? Ain't got nothing to do with all these migrants and all this illegal migrants. And they killed the white girl. I told you they was gonna get you. You can't kill no white girl in America. Okay? You can kill any other race. I hate to say it. You can't kill no white woman. Trust me, I'm from North Carolina. Right? I know how these white Americans think. Right? You ain't gonna know living in New York, because that's the city slickers up here. You know what I'm saying? That all-American racist mentality. That all-American mentality. We grow up hearing stories about all of this, how them white people think. So by the time you become a grown man, you know exactly how white Americans think. The racist ones. Right? You can't kill a white, won't you tell these Hispanic or Latinos, you can't kill no white woman in America, buddy. And then they just let it go. Nah. You can't play around the police and be playing and wrestling the police in Times Square like they was a couple years ago, and shooting the police in their face and all of this. No. And then what's the latest? Oh, the illegal migrant that killed that killed a little girl, and her dad was a Marine and amputated his leg. Oh, that set it off right there. The next day, they went into Venezuela. Oh, hey, how you know that's what it was? They ain't even addressed that what happened. They ain't even addressed that it was a legal migrant. You don't get it, do you? You don't get it. They ain't even say nothing about it. You find out it's an illegal migrant that hit that car, whatever the accident was, killed the little girl, and her dad's legs got amputated, and he just so happened to be a Marine. Just so happened. You don't think that influenced what they doing? And you find out he's an illegal migrant. I'm pretty sure, let's just be 100. He's probably Latino, right? Okay. You don't think that's going to influence how they moving? Come on. They human, right? They human. They're human. You got to give room for it. You don't think that's going to influence how they moving? Of course. It's going to influence how they moving. I told you they was going to get revenge. You can't kill no white woman in America. You can't do it. Ask black people. You can't kill no white woman in this country. You see what they did to O.J. Simpson? They drove him crazy before they killed him. You can't kill no white woman in America and they don't do something to you and make your community pay for it. You should have knew when they made a Lakeland Riley Act, not even 3 months after that happened. That was a signal, like I told people, against Hispanic and Latino America. That was a ringing of the alarm that they are against your community. They're no longer supporting you. They did it too quick. They made a Lakeland Riley Act. Now, if she had not been white, would they have made a Lakeland Riley Act if a illegal migrant had killed a non-white woman? Probably not. They wouldn't have made no Lakeland Riley Act if she was black. No. You gotta know. See, you gotta know. You gotta know what you're doing. You gotta know what you're talking about. Everybody and their mama know in America, they wouldn't have made no Lakeland Riley Act right after this white black woman got killed by some Hispanic or Latino. Nope. They would have sympathized, but they wouldn't have made no Lakeland Riley Act, and they probably wouldn't have done nothing about it. They wouldn't have retaliated about it. It's a white woman, they made a Lakeland Riley Act. What that tell you? What that tell you, man? See, if you was aware of how they think, that's a code to white America. Ever since that happened, it's been on ever since. It's been different ever since, man. So if you don't know any better, listen to the right people. Don't listen to these New Yorkers. They don't know how these people move, bro. All they sitting back watching is the money makers in New York. That's the white people they know. They don't really know how these all-American white people think like we do from the South. You can't kill no white woman. You can't, no Hispanic or Latino. You should have told them they can't kill no white woman in America. You can't do that. And she was young too, on top, and she was in school. Man, no. It's unforgivable. They ain't gonna forgive it. That's why all this stuff is happening. I told you. I knew they was gonna do that. They don't let you get away with stuff like that. And now you know how they get down. Now you know. Hispanic and Latinos, now you know how these white people, listen, they don't control us, right? They don't control me, but we know how they get down, bro. And see, Hispanic and Latinos come here, they don't know. You don't know no better. That's why they gotta show you. Now they strong arming. You see what I'm saying? This is all psychological war, bro. Now they strong arming. Now they strong arming. Now they got ICE out there. This is all for psychological warfare's sake. It's included, I can tell you that. It's definitely included. And they want that to make you submit to white America. That's what they want. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to discourage also illegal migrants from even thinking about coming here. You don't even want to come here now. They're trying to discourage you. with psychological war for all this stuff happening. Now you don't want to come here. You ain't gonna want to come here. You're gonna think twice now. I guarantee. I guarantee you're gonna think twice. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You're gonna think about it. You're gonna think about it. You're like, oh, should I do that? I don't know. Yeah, man. Listen, I know what I'm talking about. See, when you grow up among white people from the South, you're more aware. You're more aware. Listen. That's what I'm gonna listen to first, not last. I ain't gonna listen to no people from the big city about white people. They dancing around and everything up here. You know what I mean? No, you go down south, cause that's the attitude they trying to preserve. That's that mentality they trying to resurrect anyway. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. They trying to put this mentality of white man up here and everybody else down there. And what they gotta do, they gotta go hard and make everybody submit to the intimidation of the white man, the authority. They trying to make you submit. That's all it is. That's all it is, man. So if you don't understand that, you don't understand what's going on right now. It's all chess. This is all chess. It's psychological war. It ain't nothing as it presents itself totally. It's not one thing. If you don't know no better, I'm gonna tell you, if you don't know no better, you're gonna be listening. You're gonna be saying, well, gee, I don't know why that's happening. I don't know why they're doing that. I know why they're doing that. They trying to put the white man back on top, so they gotta do a lot of psychological war to make Hispanic and Latinos submit to the white Americans. But the bad part is, it's all backfiring. And now, they've created so many enemies in America, in the world. They've created so many enemies. It's all over. It's all over. That's the good news. It's all over because, like I said, once these terrorists and all that rev up again, they will rev up again, right? Guess what people gonna do? They're gonna look the other way. Hear no evil, see no evil. They ain't gonna listen. They ain't gonna tell nobody what the Americans, what's being done against the Americans, the plots on Americans. They're gonna lose. That's what's gonna happen. I guarantee you that's what's gonna happen. Think about it. If you're smart or aware, you're aware that we depend on the global community to stop America from being attacked. It's not just because of America's greatness that they've been dwarfing all these terrorist attacks, right? They've had the whole global community looking out for them, even in Europe and all over there. I'm pretty sure they receive intelligence from all these different countries. Now, with all this being done, the tariffs, between the tariffs and Maduro, you think they're gonna look out for America? Nope. Nope. So you might as well prepare. You might as well prepare, man. They ain't looking out no more. They're gonna stop looking out. They're gonna stop looking out for you. That's the first problem you're gonna have is, think about it. All these people that used to look out for America, they're gonna stop doing that. You might as well forget about the Western Hemisphere all over here. South America, you might as well forget about them. That's it. That's over. And then they talking about Colombia, then they talking about Cuba. Come on, it's just going through this list. See, people are gonna start thinking, you just making up a list. And what we notice, the common denominator in this list is that they're all Latinos. That's what we notice. That's what we couldn't help but notice. That's what we couldn't help but notice. And if it's about drugs, think about it. It's common sense. It's common sense, right? You know they're going to come after Colombia, man. It's common sense. It's common sense. They're going to come after Colombia next, right? If it's based on drugs. That just makes sense. Venezuela don't have all the cocaine. Think about it. No, they don't. Okay? They don't. They don't have all the cocaine. So if it's a war on drugs, it's just common sense that they're gonna probably try to come out to Colombia next. So they ain't gonna have nobody in the Western Hemisphere on their side. Then go from there to Europe, right? Go to there to Europe. They're gonna start deteriorating. All their alliances are gonna start deteriorating. So we're gonna see what people made of, man. We're gonna see what people really about, because if you can sit back and see these people do this to this man and they couldn't prove it. They couldn't prove it. It's the same thing what I'm going through. They talk about all this stuff they talking about, but they couldn't prove nothing. They couldn't prove it. They couldn't prove nothing, right? Okay. What's the difference? It's the same thing. It's the same thing. Okay? So, all we gonna do, we realize, listen, we got help now. We got real help. Because now people are starting to see what I'm talking about as the prophet. Oh yeah, they starting to see what I'm talking about. They see what I'm talking about. They see why I hate these people. But see, if you would have realized this earlier, we could have been that much more further along. That's what I want you to realize. You see why we despise these ignorant black people and why we despise these racist white people. Both of them are a problem. Both of them. Hispanic and Latinos, they just recently became a problem in the community. The main problem was white people and black people. And that's facts. That's truth. That's unbiased facts. When you look at the crime rate, the murder rate, who's doing all the killing? Black people, not Chinese people. So what sense would it make to add white Chinese people into the equation of who's destroying this country when they ain't doing nothing? It's black people. It's white people. Them two races are destroying, they the ones that destroyed this country. And it's not even fair to interject any other people just to be equal. It's not equal. The blame, I don't put the blame out equally for people that didn't even do anything. Okay? That's why this is happening. I don't care nothing about people being black no more. That time is gone. You know what I'm saying? With the stuff I see in this building, all these black people think I'm stupid. They're on a low level, buddy. Very low level of spirituality. It means nothing. We affect the real world. We affect the real world while you do what? Oh, play around in the Honeycomb Clubhouse? Like this the Honeycomb Clubhouse? Retarded, bro. Meanwhile, Maduro is in Brooklyn. It's a war, buddy. See, yeah, this is what I wanted to say. You know, the Hispanic and Latino community, this war that they got with America, where the Americans, the white Americans are against them, that's going to be probably what provoked anarchy, a lawless community in our community, because their population is so dense, it's got to cause a major disruption and shutdown. That's what's going to happen. You can see it. Basically, they made you the enemy of the last days. That's what they did. They made you the enemy that we used to be as black people. They still hate us, but they made you the enemy. You see the difference, right? Just like they used to hate you, but we were really the enemy. Now, they still hate us, but you're the enemy. It's what it is, bro. I'm telling you, that's what it is, man. That's why everything is influenced by this This perspective of hating you, it's influencing everything they do. They brought this man up here like he was an animal. Like they hunted him like an animal, man. You know what I'm saying? And you can't tell me it wasn't another way they could have done it. They could have done it another way. And if you think I'm fake, listen, I'm sending money down to South America. I'm working with South America. I done sent money to Venezuela since all this stuff happened. Venezuela, as in the same Venezuela, I done sent money down there. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I'm working with Venezuela. I'm working with the Mexicans on the West Coast. You know what I'm saying? I got people that love me, Mexicans that love me on the West Coast. I can show you the receipts. I can show you the love. You understand me? I can show you the longevity of those relationships, the credibility of those relationships. People that got love for me, Mexicans that got love for me in California. My point of view, California Mexicans are thorough. They thoroughbred. Over here, I can't say the same thing, collectively speaking. But on the West Coast, Mexicans, they like us. They like black people. You know what I'm saying? They see us as their equals. They see us eye to eye. They treat us like they treat themselves. You know what I'm saying? But in different places, people become indifferent. That's the word I use. Indifferent. They look at you indifferently. You know, now on the West Coast, the Mexicans over there, they look at you like you one of them. You can tell the difference. So like, I'll listen, West Coast Mexicans, out west is a whole different. They get love from me. You know what I'm saying? So I got connections with Mexicans over there. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, down in South America, down in down in South America, different countries in South America and everything. So, you know, I don't have it to prove myself. You know, I got my alliances. I already got my alliances. Russia, that's who I salute. Russia is the number one country I salute. I salute Russia, China, North Korea, Iran, Lebanon. Those are my 5 alliances for World War III. It's already here. It's psychological. World War III started out psychological. You're already in it. You know what I'm saying? Russia is my country that I salute. You know what I'm saying? China, North Korea, Lebanon. These are my alliances. And China. Yeah. I already got my alliances, man. I mean, and you can see everything unfolding as it is. Russia is the best hope. Russia is the best hope. Okay? Russia is the best hope. Russia never hated black people. Russia never hated any, you know, they never looked at black people and just hate black people. This country did. Russia ain't never hate no black people. They ain't never hate Africans. China never hated Africans either. Chinese people ain't never hate no Africans. But Americans did. So why would I choose their enemies and say them my enemies, but they never hated me? Russia ain't never hate me. China ain't never hate me. North Korea, them people don't hate black people. That's the bottom line. That's how I look at it. Iran, you can go through Iran everywhere. They don't hate no black people over there. That's what they ain't gonna tell you. But they are cautious with the white American. They are. And they should be. But when it comes to me, listen, hey. You hated me as Americans. They don't. He ain't got no problem with me. People in Iran, they ain't got no problem with me. He ain't got the Russian ain't got no problem with me. See, you went and followed behind the white man. You took his enemies. He told you Russia was the enemy. I want him to explain it. I want him to explain it intelligently how Russia's the enemy. How China's the enemy. Huh? Explain it intelligently. What? How Russia and China's the enemy. Explain it intelligently. Show us what wars broke out that made them officially the enemy that they are to you. You can't do it. You can't explain it intelligently. Therefore, listen, man, that's your enemy, not mine. Russia ain't my enemy. China is not my enemy. He ain't got no problem with me. The Russians ain't got no problem with no black man like me. In fact, online, I got plenty Russian alliances. many everyday Russians who show me love. Listen, I don't got no problem with a Russian, with a Chinese man, with North Koreans, with Iran, with the Chinese. In the Lebanese, I have no problem with them. No, I don't have no problem with them. I don't have no problem. I got a problem with these Americans. And listen, where it gets tricky, whether they black, whether they white, they Americans. They are the problem. Now,